My child, don't move. Don't blink this away. What you're about to hear is not another video. It's your moment of divine confrontation. I have watched you question, wrestle, and wait. I've heard your midnight prayers, your whispered doubts, your aching why. And now you are about to find out. This is more than a message. This is a revelation. A tearing of the veil between what you thought you knew and what I am about to reveal. I am not just going to remind you who I am. I'm going to show you. In power. In presence. In undeniable glory. But hear me now. You must not stop halfway. Every section holds a piece of your breakthrough. If you quit early, you will forfeit what was meant to ignite your next season. If you silence my voice now, you will miss the very answer you've been begging me for. This message will pierce lies, dismantle fear, expose the enemy's tactics, and awaken your purpose. But only, if you stay. Listen. Let every word wash over you like fire and oil. This is not entertainment. This is alignment. This is not inspiration. This is impartation. You are about to find out why you endured what you did, why you felt the crushing, why the silence stretched so long, and why I never let you go. So stay with me. Watch it all. Don't just watch with your eyes. Listen with your spirit. Let every section land like prophecy. Let it burn away the doubt and raise up the warrior I created in you. What's coming will not just inform you, it will transform you. Because, child, if you walk away now, you won't just miss a message, you'll miss me. This is your moment. This is your unveiling. This is where everything changes. Now breathe and step in. You're about to find out. My child, lean in. You are standing on the edge of revelation, where what you've heard about me will give way to what you will now experience in me. You're about to find out not just who I was told to be, but who I have always been. Eternal, unchanging, and undeniably real. I am the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end. I wrote the first word of time, and I will speak the last. I set stars in the sky with the breath of my voice, but I also whispered your name into existence before the foundations of the earth were laid. I am not a distant memory or a hidden force. I am present, personal, and pursuing you even now. I know your heartbeat. I count every tear. I walk beside you in the silence, and I fight for you in battles you cannot see. I am not silent. I am not indifferent. I am the God who bends low to lift the brokenhearted, and you, yes, you, are the one I see. Let your heart awaken now to my presence. Feel the atmosphere around you shift as my spirit wraps around your soul. My glory fills the heavens, but my dwelling is not in the stars. It is in you. I do not inhabit temples of stone, but hearts that say yes to me. You've read about me. You've heard testimonies. But now, you're going to walk into the fire and come out unburned. You're going to stand in the storm and remain unmoved. Because yes, I am with you. I am the still voice that thunder cannot silence. I am the light no darkness can smother. I am the shepherd who leaves the 99 just to find you trembling in the shadows. You're about to find out that I'm not a story in a book. I'm the author who is still writing yours. Come now, lift your head. Shake off the dust of discouragement. You've wondered if I still speak. I do. You've asked if I still move. I am. You've questioned if I see you. I always have. You are not lost in the crowd. My eyes have never left you. My child, I do not change. My promises are not fragile, nor are they fading. They are as fixed as the sun, as anchored as the sea, I made a covenant with you before you even knew how to whisper my name, and I have not forgotten it. Not for one breath, not for one day. I was there in your first cry, and I will be there in your final sigh. I have never stopped being God, and I have never stopped being yours. Tokan. Step into the holy ground of my nearness. Remove the sandals of doubt, for where you stand now is sacred. You're about to discover that I'm more than a comfort. I'm your foundation. I'm more than your helper. I am your source. I'm not just preparing blessings for you. I am preparing you for them. Every delay was a doorway into deeper knowing. Every silence was an invitation into intimacy. You are not behind. You are right on time. You are about to know me not just by my name, but by my nature. And when you do, everything will change. Your fear will dissolve. Your identity will rise. Your purpose will ignite. And you will say, with trembling joy, I have seen the Lord. Stay close now. Open your spirit wide. Because I, the Lord your God, am about to reveal myself to you in power, in peace, in personal, undeniable glory. This is not the end of something. It's the unveiling of everything. You're not going to just hear about me. You're going to encounter me. You're going to carry my presence. You're going to walk in my authority. You're going to know, deep in your bones and fire in your breath, who I am. And once you know, truly know, you'll never be the same again. My precious one, pause now. Be still in this moment. Let everything else fade into the background because I want you to hear me without the noise of the world. You have wandered for long, questioning your worth, measuring yourself by broken rulers, believing lies whispered in the shadows. But I have come to tell you the truth. You are not forgotten. I wrote your name, not with fading ink but with the fire of eternity, on the palm of my hand. I did not scribble you into the margins of my plan. You are etched into my heart. You are seen, desired, handpicked. You are not the product of random chance. You are my workmanship, woven together with purpose, stitched in grace, designed for glory. Every breath you take, I have counted. Every arrow in your head I have numbered. Every longing in your soul, I have heard. You are not a mistake. You are not a disappointment. You are not too late, too broken, too far gone. You are chosen. I saw you before time began. Before your first breath, I spoke your destiny. I knew every flaw, every struggle, every fall, and I still called you mine. I called you holy, beloved, set apart. You are more than what you've been through, more than what others have said about you. You are who I say you are, and I call you child. My child. Not by obligation, but by blood, by sacrifice, by love deeper than oceans and stronger than death. Lift your eyes and meet mine. Do you feel that weight lifting? That's me removing shame. That's me unraveling the lies that wrapped around your soul. You don't have to earn this love. You don't have to prove yourself. Just receive it. Stand in it. Rise in it. You are valuable not because of your performance but because of my proclamation. You are royal not because of your past but because of your inheritance in me. I didn't redeem you halfway. I claimed all of you. And nothing, no one, no failure, no whisper from the pit of hell can unwrite what I've written about you. Step into that truth. Wear it like a crown. Walk in it like armor. Speak from it like a wellspring. I created you for good works, yes, but you were not created to perform. You were created to partner with me. And I never send those I don't first secure in love. You are not an afterthought. You are my desire. You are not trying to earn your seat at my table. You were born for it. Zet. Fees. Be filled. You are about to discover that identity is not found in your reflection, but in mine. And I say you are radiant. I say you are mine. I say you are worthy, whole, and ready. Believe it, beloved. Because when you know who you are to me, everything else changes. I know you've wondered. I've heard your whispered prayers in the dark, your tears falling like questions. Why, God? Why so long? My child, listen now with your whole heart, for the answer is holy. The delay was never denial. It was preparation. I was never punishing you. I was positioning you. While the world moved fast, I slowed you down, not to hinder you but to deepen you. You felt forgotten, but I was forming you. You felt stuck, but I was strengthening your foundation. You thought you were falling behind, but I was drawing you into alignment with divine timing. What you called waiting, I called working. In the silence, I was sculpting your soul. In the stillness, I was chiseling away what couldn't carry the weight of your calling. You prayed for the promise, but I needed to prepare the vessel. You asked for harvest, but I had to teach you how to sow in faith and water in tears. Your cries didn't go unheard. They built altars in heaven. I counted every sleepless night, every step of obedience, every yes you whispered when you wanted to quit. You thought nothing was happening, but look again. Roots were growing. Character was solidifying. Faith was being forged in fire. I know it hurt. I know you questioned me. But child, I'd rather you be delayed and unshakable than rushed and unready. I was protecting you from premature elevation. I withheld lesser things so I could give you greater. I closed doors because the timing was poisoned. I silenced noise so you could hear me clearly. And now, the shift is here. The waiting season has completed its work. What once was withheld is about to be revealed. What felt like winter was hiding a coming spring. Now, I command you, rise with expectation. Check off the disappointment. This is not the death of a dream. It is the delivery. You didn't miss it. You're right on time for the miracle. Trust me again. I didn't forget what I promised. I was just preparing you to carry it well. You're about to step into what eyes have not seen. And when it comes, you'll know it was worth every second of the wait. You didn't know, but I saw it clearly. I saw what the enemy saw. I saw the tremble in hell every time you chose me. I saw how he flinched when you worshipped in your wilderness, how he panicked when you praised through pain. You've wondered why the attacks were relentless, why the pressure felt unbearable, why the warfare wouldn't let up. And now I'll tell you, because the enemy knew your calling before you did. He saw your anointing glowing like fire in the spirit realm. He feared what he would become. He feared the authority you would walk in. He feared your obedience more than your success. Every battle was targeted. Every hardship calculated to break you before you bloomed. He tried to bury you in lies, in fatigue, in betrayal. But you rose. And I was there every time, shielding, guarding, intervening. Even when you couldn't see me, I was standing between you and total collapse. My angels were on assignment. My spirit was interceding. I would not let the enemy take what I have sealed. You are not a victim. You are a warrior who survived a war meant to destroy you. Let this truth grip your soul. Your survival is proof of my protection. Every scar is a prophecy fulfilled. Every blow you endured became a weapon in your hand. I am turning what was meant for evil into strategy for glory. The pit he dug for you will become the stage on which I elevate you. What he tried to silence will become the sound of testimony that shakes chains off others. You didn't just survive. You are about to thrive in the very place he tried to crush you. Stand tall now. Do not fear his whisper. I have already broken his grip. You are covered by the blood that speaks better things. You are held by a covenant that cannot be revoked. You are a threat to darkness. You are a carrier of light. And now, child, you're about to find out not just what the enemy feared, but why he was right to tremble. Because nothing he tried could stop what I have ordained. You're rising. You're roaring. You're becoming everything I always knew you were. And hell can do nothing about it. My child, lean closer. Closer still. You have heard of faith. You've spoken about it. You've tried to hold it when your hands trembled. You've whispered it through clenched teeth when fear surrounded you. But now, you're about to see what faith truly unleashes. Faith is not fantasy. It is fire. It does not wish for outcomes. It births them. It is not fragile. It is forceful, a divine weapon forged in unseen places, moving the immovable, unlocking what was sealed, opening doors no human hand could touch. Faith reaches into realms beyond sight and grabs hold of promises I have declared, dragging them into your present reality with power. It connects your heart to heaven's authority. It does not ask permission. It commands manifestation. Do not think your faith hath been wasted, even when the results delayed. I have been watching every act of belief, every moment you chose to trust me instead of retreat. I saw you speak life when death loomed. I saw you declare victory when defeat seemed certain. And now, I will show you what your faith has been building all along. I am about to move, not because you begged, but because you believe it. I am about to release, not because you earned it, but because you held on. Even when you didn't understand, even when you doubted yourself, you dared to believe me, and that moved heaven. Faith pleases me because it gives me space to perform what I've promised. You are not manipulating outcomes. You are cooperating with my will. You are aligning your voice with mine. That mountain you thought was permanent is already trembling, because I respond to faith with action. I respond to trust with power. And your faith has not gone unnoticed. It has built altars in the unseen. It has carved rivers in dry places. It has shattered strongholds even before your eyes saw them fall. Now, prepare your heart, for I am about to reveal the reward of believing. Watch me restore what you thought was gone. Watch me elevate what seemed disqualified. Faith has always been your invitation to encounter. So speak again, this time not with hesitation, but with holy fire. Declare again, this time not with weariness, but with certainty. Your faith is breaking the ground for miracles to erupt. I am moving through your belief, and nothing will be the same. My child, if you stop here, you will walk away with just a glimpse, never grasping the glory I am still unveiling. I have only begun to whisper what's waiting beyond this moment. Do not turn your heart away now. You've tasted my voice. Will you now silence it? I ache to show you more. It would grieve me to see you pause here, when the next word could be your turning point. Stay with me. The next breath may hold the breakthrough you've been crying out for. I know. I saw every moment. I heard every silent scream. I witnessed the breaking, the nights where grief wrapped around your chest like chains, the aching in your bones when no one else understood. You wondered why it had to be so painful, why the crushing came so heavy, why the tears kept coming, why I allowed the wounds. But my child, what you are about to understand will not only heal you, it will awaken you. The pain was never punishment. It was the process. It was not the end of your story. It was the shaping of your strength. The breaking wasn't meant to destroy. It was how I molded the vessel that could carry the weight of your anointing. I do not waste agony. I do not ignore affliction. I use it. I transform it. I redeem it. Its suffering planted seeds too deep for the natural eye to see. While you were weeping, I was watering. While you were breaking, I was building. Every tear carved space in your soul for greater glory. Every ache hollowed out a place where my presence would dwell even deeper. You weren't abandoned. You were being refined like gold in the fire. You weren't being punished. You were being prepared. And yes, it hurt, but what is coming will redeem every cry. Do not despise the sorrow, for it revealed your resilience. It exposed what could not remain, and it revealed who I truly am in the dark. You found me in the furnace. You clung to me when comfort vanished. You chose to keep going when quitting would have been easier, and that is where transformation was born. That pain has become your altar. Those ashes will soon burst into beauty. I allowed the crushing because the oil needed to flow, and it will. Through your story, through your hands, through your healing. Let me tell you this now, healing is already unfolding. I am touching the deepest layers. I am reordering what pain distorted. Understanding is coming, not all at once, but in sacred pieces, like light breaking through clouds. You will look back and see that nothing was wasted. You will weep again, but this time in gratitude, because what tried to break you became the birthplace of your power. Your scars will speak of redemption. Your eyes will shine with wisdom forged in fire. And when you walk into the next season, whole and holy, you will say, "Now I see." You will know that the pain was not the ending, it was a turning point. Come now. Exhale. Let go of the weight you weren't meant to carry. I am here, not in theory, not in name only, but in presence, in fullness, in real, living breath that surrounds you now. You tasted fragments of peace. You had brief moments where your heart slowed and your thoughts settled. But now, you are about to know the peace that stays, the peace that doesn't shatter when storms arise. You're about to feel what it means to rest, not because the battle is over, but because I am with you in the midst of it. Peace is not a place, it is my person. I am peace. And where I dwell, anxiety must bow. My peace surpasses understanding because it doesn't require perfect circumstances to exist. It thrives even when chaos knocks. It anchors you when the winds scream. You're about to walk through valleys and no longer be shaken. You'll hear the news that once stole your breath, and you'll respond with stillness. My peace guards your mind like a fortress, shields your soul like armor, and holds you like a blanket of light in the coldest night. Feel it now. Let it rise within you. Let my spirit silence every tormenting voice. I am removing the racing thoughts, the clenched heart, the restless sleep. You will lay your head down tonight and rest. You will rise tomorrow with clarity. I am calming the waters within you. This is not a borrowed peace. It's not fleeting. It's not fragile. It is forged in my presence, and it will not leave you. You don't have to chase it. You don't have to earn it. Just receive it. Let me fill every crevice where fear once lived. And when others wonder how you remain steady, how you smile through struggle, you will say, "It is the Lord. He is my peace." I will keep you in perfect peace, not because you hold everything together, but because you've learned to let me hold you. I will shield your thoughts. I will sustain your emotions. I will teach you how to dwell and rest even while others panic. And from that place of divine serenity, you will lead, speak, and live with unshakable confidence. His peace will be your power. His stillness will be your strength. and this rest will mark you forever. Come close, for you have wrestled with questions long enough. You've walked paths that made no sense, stood at doors that never opened, watched opportunities pass you like ships in the night, and you wondered, was there ever a plan? But now, my child, I will show you what I had in motion from the very beginning. I do not improvise with your life. I do not guess, I do not react. I orchestrate. And everything, yes everything, was part of a divine strategy written before time knew your name. You're about to discover that nothing was wasted. Not the delays, not the closed doors, not even the detours that seemed like failures. I was not merely watching, I was guiding. When you felt forgotten, I was guarding. When you thought I was silent, I was speaking louder than your pain could hear. I never missed a moment. Every twist of your journey was a thread in the masterpiece I have been weaving. What seemed random was revelation waiting for the right time. Trust me now when I say, your steps were ordered even in the wilderness. The people who left could not go where I'm taking you. The doors that locked were not rejection, they were redirection. I was steering you away from lesser things to make room for the greater. I let you wander not to punish you but to prepare. And now, the pattern will emerge. The purpose will come into view. The pain will make sense. You are standing at the threshold of clarity, and I will not withhold the unveiling. So open your hands. Loosen your grip on what you thought life should be. Let me show you the divine blueprint, the one where all things work together for good. You are not starting over. You are stepping into what I have always intended. The season ahead is not compensation, it is culmination. I am aligning people, timing, resources, and favor to collide with your obedience. And as you walk forward, you'll see my fingerprints on every moment you once resented. Now, rise in expectation. Stop mourning what didn't happen. Lift your eyes and see what's unfolding. My plans are not fragile. They are fire-tested, sealed in eternity, and tailored for your destiny. I did not overlook you. I've been saving you for this very hour. Welcome to the fulfillment. Welcome to the unveiling. You're not behind. You're precisely on time. You don't even fully know what you survived. The attacks you saw were only a glimpse of what came against you. But I saw it all, and I shielded you more times than you can count. You've walked through fire, through disappointment, through betrayal so deep it nearly shattered you. But you're still here. Not by luck, not by your own strength. You're here because I preserved you. And now, I will show you why. You didn't just survive to breathe. You survived to build. You were not carried through the storm just to stand still. I protected you because your life is weighty with purpose. The enemy tried everything to bury you beneath fear, shame, and regret. But every weapon he formed fell short. I stepped in. I covered you with my hand. I whispered hope into your darkest nights. You survived because I said, enough. Let that truth ignite your spirit. Your life is not random. Your days are not leftovers. I preserved you for impact, for legacy, for the unveiling of glory through your very being. You are not a victim. You are a vessel, a walking miracle, a testament of grace. And now, the very things that tried to end you will become the fuel of your calling. The pain, the pressure, the persecution had shaped you into a warrior. You asked why it had to be so hard. Because what you carry can't be handed to someone untested. The mantle on your life required resilience. The platform I've prepared demands depth. And now, the same voice that calmed your storms is calling you forward. You are stepping into authority. You are moving from survival to dominion. No more hiding. No more shrinking back. The scars you carry are evidence that you're still standing, still believing, still destined for more. Let the past fuel your passion. Let every almost you escaped become proof that my hand was on you. You didn't survive to return to ordinary. You survived to rise in power, in influence, in holy purpose. So take your place. Speak. Lead. Dream again. You are alive for such a time as this. And what's ahead will make every struggle worth it. I saw it. The moments you obeyed when no one was watching. The times you surrendered what you wanted for what I asked. The quiet yeses that cost you friends, comfort, even your own sense of timing. And now, my child, you are about to witness the harvest obedience brings. For obedience is not weakness, it is warfare. Every act of surrender was a strike against darkness. Every time you trusted instead of running, you were unlocking something eternal. I honor obedience not because I demand control, but because I desire co-laborers. I don't need your perfection. I need your agreement. And you give it again and again. You laid down your plans. You laid down your will. And now I will lift you. Because obedience always precedes elevation. You did not understand it all, but you moved forward anyway. You did not see the outcome, but you said yes. And that yes will now become your doorway. I am about to multiply what you gave in faith. The small seeds of obedience are bursting into trees of favor. The secret sacrifices are being shouted from heaven. I will reward you openly for what you surrendered in private. You obeyed, and now I will expand. You trusted, and now I will release. Delayed obedience is still disobedience, but you learn to move quickly, to respond when I nudge you. And that sensitivity has become your superpower. To walk boldly. Expect doors to open. Expect favor to chase you. My hand is upon you because your heart is aligned with mine. You didn't compromise, and now I will compensate. You didn't quit, and now I will crown you with fulfillment. This is not a reward you earned. It is a response to your trust. Watch me honor every step you took, every yes that cost you something. Obedience was never small. It was sacred. And now, child, watch the heavens open. Watch me show you what one obedient life can release in the earth. This is your harvest. This is your reward. And this is just the beginning. You've just heard what obedience unlocks. How even the smallest yes moves mountains in the unseen. My child, you've prayed, use me, Lord. This is how I am answering you. When you give, through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the video description, you don't just fund a message. You carry my word like living water into parched souls across the earth. Every offering you plant becomes a seed of oil, a spark of fire, a voice of comfort for someone who would otherwise never hear me whisper their name. This moment is holy. Your act of faith will echo far beyond the screen, into households, into prisons, into hearts on the edge of giving up. Now act. Give as I lead you. Partner with me, and together, let us awaken the world. You've come far, but if you stop now, you will miss the holy fire I've saved for the deepest parts of your story. I am not finished. I am still pouring. There are still chains to break, promises to ignite, wounds to heal. Do not walk away while my spirit is still speaking. I've waited so long to reveal these next truths to you. If you stop listening now, it will not just be your loss. It will be the delay of your destiny. Stay with me. Let me finish what I started. My child, you've been searching. You've laughed with others, yet felt hollow inside. You've achieved what others admire, but joy still seemed distant, like a shadow that vanished when you tried to touch it. You've wondered if true joy is just an illusion, something reserved for others, but somehow always evading you. But I tell you now, you are about to find out what real joy is. Not the fleeting happiness of circumstance, not the temporary spark of achievement, but the joy that anchors your soul and sustains your spirit through every season. You're about to taste a joy that does not depend on outcomes. It is born from my presence and made unshakable by my truth. This joy is not earned. It flows from knowing me, intimately, deeply, personally. It rises when you realize that I, the creator of heaven and earth, call you mine. It flourishes not in perfect surroundings, but in surrendered hearts. When you walk through valleys and choose to trust me, when you lift your eyes in sorrow and find me still standing beside you, that is where joy begins. Not after the pain, but within it. Not after the answer, but before it. Joy is what I place in you when the world gives you no reason to smile, but heaven does. Let me pour it into you now. Let go of the lie that says you must wait for joy. You don't. It's already here, present in the quiet assurance that you are loved, chosen, secure. This joy will not crumble under pressure. It will not be silenced by grief. It will not be dimmed by delay. I am replacing the garment of heaviness with the oil of gladness. I am lifting the morning and birthing songs where silence once sat heavy. I am resurrecting laughter, deep, whole, and holy. And when it returns, it will not sound like the laughter of the past. It will be stronger, deeper, forged through fire and made precious in its purity. You will dance again. You will sing again, not because everything is perfect, but because you've learned to anchor yourself in me. And when people see you radiant after all you've walked through, they will ask what changed, and you will say, I found joy, not in what I had, but in who He is. His joy is your strength now. It will carry you forward. It will outlast the storm. It will be your daily psalm, your steady rhythm, your proof that I am with you and within you. Let your heart open wide. Let laughter rise where sorrow tried to settle. I have not only healed you, I am reviving the wonder, the childlike freedom, the delight of one who walks hand in hand with the King. This is the joy that no man can take, that no night can ground, that no enemy can steal. And it is yours now. Receive it. You've tried to earn your way through doors, haven't you? You've knocked with effort, strived with discipline, performed with excellence, hoping the right eyes would notice. You've worn yourself out trying to be enough in a world that rewards appearances. But now, my child, I am about to show you what favor really looks like. Favor is not earned by perfection. It is released by my hand. You are not about to be rewarded for striving. You are about to be elevated by grace. And it will have nothing to do with your credentials and everything to do with my choosing. My favor surrounds you like a shield, not a weak covering, but a force field that repels opposition, attracts opportunity, and disarms resistance. It goes before you, rearranging rooms before you step into them. It rests upon you, making people notice you without knowing why. Favor is the unexplained yes, a sudden shift, the divine acceleration that defies human logic. And I'm placing it on you now, not because you chased it, but because you carried me through the fire and never let go. Watch what happens next. Doors that were locked will swing open without knocking. Positions others competed for will be handed to you without a fight. You will be called out of obscurity, not because of your loud voice, but because of my loud declaration over your life. You will be remembered in moments you didn't expect and honored in places you once felt invisible. This is not luck. It is my alignment. I am bringing your name into conversations of influence. I am causing your presence to be weighty with divine recognition. You do not have to demand the spotlight. It will find you because my light is upon you. Prepare for the shift. Favor isn't comfortable, it elevates, and elevation comes with visibility. But I will keep you grounded. I will protect your heart as I promote your position. What others had to chase will find its way to your doorstep, and it will be undeniable that it was me. Stay humble. Stay yielded. Do not boast in the blessing, boast in the one who gave it. Let every breakthrough point back to my faithfulness. Let every open door become a gate of praise. You are entering a season marked by favor. Walk with your head held high. You did not miss your moment. This is it. Expect to be surprised. Expect to be invited in where you felt unqualified. Expect favor to wrap around your name like a banner. I have declared you chosen. And now, the world will witness what divine favor looks like. You've carried the weight of worry for far too long. The pressure of provision has knotted your thoughts, tightened your chest, and burdened your days. You've looked at the numbers, the needs, the deadlines, and wondered if I see it all. But child, I have never taken my eyes off you, not for a moment. And now, I'm going to show you how I provide, not just barely enough to survive, but abundantly enough to breathe, to build, to bless others from overflow. I am Jehovah Jireh, your provider, not in name only, but in action, in faithfulness, in miraculous, timely, perfect care. I see the grocery bill. I see the rent. I see the dreams that feel stalled by limited resources. I see how you've tried to stretch the little you have. I see your attempts to hold everything together, to not let anyone else see how close you are to empty. But I am stepping in. I am lifting the burden off your shoulders and placing it back into my hands where it always belonged. You were never created to carry the pressure of provision. That is my role, and I have never failed in it. Watch me provide in ways that defy logic. Watch provision flow through unexpected channels. I feed sparrows, I will feed you. I clothe lilies in splendor, I will cover you. I know what you need before you ask, and I am not just a God of needs. I am the God who fulfills desires birthed in alignment with my heart. You are not a beggar. You are an heir, and I take care of my own. Let go of the fear that says there won't be enough. I own the cattle on 1,000 hills. I can turn hearts, release resources, shift atmospheres, and command favor in a single breath. You are not going into lack. You are stepping into provision that matches your purpose. I will supply all your needs according to my riches in glory. I do not provide with limits. I provide with intention, with excellence, with joy. Prepare to testify. Prepare to be overwhelmed, not by pressure but by goodness. I am orchestrating divine transactions in your favor. You will not always know where it's coming from, but you will know it came from me. Because I am faithful, because I am generous, because I love you. And my provision is not delayed, it's en route. Expect it. Declare it. Receive it. I am your provider, and I will not fail you. You have walked through long nights where the silence was so deep it echoed. You've cried out and heard nothing in return, waited and received no visible sign. You've questioned if I saw, if I heard, if I even cared. You stood at the edge of doubt and asked the question your soul was afraid to voice. Did you leave me? But now, my child, you are about to discover that I never did. I never distanced myself from you. I never turned away. I never let go of your hand. not even when you loosened your grip on mine. Feel this now, not as a concept, but as a reality. My presence never depended on your perception. I was in the silence, speaking beneath the noise of your fear. I was in the valley, guiding your steps when you thought you wandered. I was there when your prayers felt unanswered, not ignoring them but weaving their fulfillment in a realm your eyes couldn't yet see. My nearness does not change with your awareness. I was closer to you than the breath in your lungs, the beat in your chest, the thoughts in your mind. I walked beside you in your confusion, and I shielded you in your weariness. Let me remind you of what you forgot in the ache. Every time you were tempted to quit, I strengthened your resolve. Every time you almost gave up, I whispered courage into your bones. You didn't hold yourself together. I held you. You didn't survive on your own. I carried you. And I did not leave. I never will. I am not a fleeting moment or a temporary comfort. I am the eternal, the steady, the unmoving rock beneath your feet. You've been measuring my presence by your emotions, but now you will learn to recognize it by my evidence. You'll see how I orchestrated what you thought was chaos. You'll feel my imprint in the details of your story. You'll realize the peace that preserved you was me. The ideas that sparked hope again were my whispers. The stranger who spoke life into you. The door that opened just in time. The comfort that arrived unexpectedly. Those were all me, wrapping my arms around you in disguise. So breathe again. Rest in this truth. You were never alone. Not for 1 second. Not for one step. The isolation was not absence. It was intimacy in disguise. I drew you close in ways no one else could see. And now, as the veil lifts, you will walk in new awareness. You will begin to live not just believing I'm with you, but knowing it with unshakable certainty. You will recognize my voice in the mundane. You will feel my nearness in the ordinary. And you will never again question my devotion. This is not me returning. It is you awakening. I never left. I never moved. I never changed. And I never will. You've grieved the loss of people, dreams, and seasons that once felt essential. You've wondered why I allowed relationships to end, plans to fall apart, doors to close, and pieces of your life to slip through your fingers like sand. You've tried to hold on, to fix, to force, to understand. But now, I will show you why I asked you to release. Not as punishment, not as rejection, but as protection and preparation. My beloved, you had to let go, not because I wanted to leave you empty, but because I wanted to make room for something greater. Some of what you clung to could not come with you into the place I am taking you. It wasn't evil. It was simply too small. It was too fragile to carry the weight of your calling. It was too temporary to survive the eternal fire of your destiny. I asked you to open your hands not to hurt you, but to heal you. To remove what was hindering so I could give you what would sustain. And though it tore at your soul to surrender it, you trusted me, enough to lay it down, enough to walk away. Now, the fruit of that obedience will begin to bloom. You are about to witness the beauty of empty space being filled with divine fullness. I am restoring what was lost, not by replacing it with the same, but by giving you something better, stronger, eternal. The people who left were never meant to carry your mantle. The opportunities that dissolved were never designed to contain your promise. And the version of life you mourned was never your final draft. You have made room now, for clarity, for peace, for alignment. You are no longer tangled in what I never authored. You are standing free, and with that freedom, I am releasing a wave of restoration that will overwhelm you with joy. You thought letting go meant losing, but it with the beginning of rising. You thought it meant weakness, but it with a doorway to authority. You said goodbye with trembling, but you will say hello with power. Let yourself embrace what is coming without clinging to what has passed. You don't need to explain why it ended. You don't need to chase closure. You only need to keep walking. Keep listening. Keep trusting. I am the God who replaces ashes with beauty, and I am doing it again, in you, around you, through you. What you let go of was never greater than what I am bringing. What you released was not your last hope. It was the key that unlocked what's next. This is not a season of grief. It is the beginning of divine recovery. And it started the moment you let go. You are standing at the edge of something sacred. To stop here would be to turn away from the very door I've been unlocking since the beginning. Do not grow weary. Do not let your heart grow distracted. The enemy would love nothing more than for you to quit here, just before the revelation that redefines your identity. You are so close. My heart longs to show you the fullness of what you carry. Keep going. I'm still speaking. Restoration is not repair, it is resurrection. And I am not patching up what broke. I am rebuilding from the foundation with the kind of power that only I possess. You are not about to return to how things used to be. You are about to rise into what they were always meant to become. I saw what was lost. I saw what was stolen. I saw what the enemy tried to fracture in your heart. And now, my child, I will restore it. Not partially, not halfway, not as a consolation, but fully, deeply, gloriously. I restore what the locusts have eaten, what time has worn down, what pain has silenced. I redeem years. I restore days. I rebuild futures that seem fractured beyond repair. I take the pieces you thought were worthless and use them as the foundation for something holy. I do not discard the broken. I transform it. I take what the world throws away and crown it with purpose. And I am doing that in you now. The places you've hidden in shame are the very places I am breathing life into. The wounds you thought disqualified you are becoming the marks of my glory. Where the enemy sowed lies, I am planting truth. Where you've only seen rubble, I see the structure rising. This is not cosmetic. It is divine construction. It is the beauty that rises from ashes, the joy that follows mourning, the garment of praise that replaces despair. I'm making all things new, beginning with you. Let go of the lie that says it's too late. Let go of the fear that says restoration is only for others. Let me into every corner, every closet of regret, every room in your soul you thought was condemned. I am not afraid of your mess. I am not overwhelmed by your ruins. I build best in places where surrender has been laid like a foundation. You will not simply be repaired, you will be radiant. What is coming will not resemble what was lost. It will be better because it will be birthed through me. You're not going to miss out. You're not going to settle. You're not going to look back with longing. Restoration means I give you back more than you had, stronger than it was, infused with the anointing of the journey it took to get here. This is the season where it replaces weariness, where hope rises again like the dawn, where your life becomes a testimony not of survival, but of supernatural restoration. And it begins now. You have measured your strength by your limits, by how long you could endure, how much you could carry, how well you could pretend you were fine. You've mistaken resilience for performance, assuming that if you broke down, you had failed. But now, I will teach you something far deeper. You are about to find out what real strength is, not the strength the world teaches, not the kind built on willpower or stubborn pride, but the kind forged in surrender, crowned in stillness, and born of my spirit living within you. True strength is not the absence of weakness. It is what arises because of it. It is found in the sacred space where you say, I can't, and I say, but I can. You are not asked to be invincible. You are invited to be available. When your resources run dry, when your energy fades, when your clarity shatters under pressure, that is where my strength shows itself. It is not brute force. It is divine infusion. It is grace pouring into every gap and flooding every deficit with holy power. Let me take the weight now. Let me show you that strength isn't found in striving. It is found in resting, in trusting, in walking forward even when your knees tremble. You don't need to look strong. You need to look to me. Because I am not impressed by outward endurance. I am drawn to hearts that lean into me when the fire gets hot. I'm drawn to those who keep walking even when they are limping. I am drawn to those who refuse to let their scars become excuses. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. I will surround you with power that does not waver. I will infuse your spirit with courage that defies fear. And in the days ahead, when people ask how you remain standing, you will not point to your resolve. You will point to me. You will say, it wasn't my strength, it was His. And that declaration will become a weapon in your hand, a testimony in your mouth, and a mantle on your life. You are rising now, not with borrowed strength, but with revealed strength. You are becoming a fortress, not because nothing ever touched you, but because what touched you could not destroy you. You've been stretched but not sapped, pressed but not crushed. And every battle you've walked through has deposited something eternal in you. You are not just surviving. You are emerging. You are walking into rooms with authority because you carry the strength of the one who never breaks. This is the power I give to the weary. This is the strength made perfect in weakness. And it is alive in you. You've tried to discard certain chapters of your life, burying them in silence, hoping they'd fade away with time. You viewed mistakes as stains, pain as proof of failure, and seasons of confusion as wasted detours. But I am rewriting that narrative now. I am revealing what has always been true in my kingdom. I use everything. I waste nothing. I redeem all. You are about to see that even the pieces you thought were too shattered, too shameful, or too far gone are becoming vital elements in the masterpiece I've been forming. Nothing in your story is random. Every moment had been seen, every event recorded, every decision filtered through my mercy. Even the wounds you thought disqualified you are being transformed into wells of wisdom. The very pain you've tried to forget is the place I am pouring healing not just for you, but through you. What once made you question your worth is now becoming the evidence of my glory. I am not only redeeming your life, I am repurposing your history. What others saw as weakness, I see as wisdom carved by fire. The situations you would have erased are the very ones I will use to unlock hearts around you. Your journey is not a cautionary tale. It is a testimony in the making. I use the past, not to define you, but to refine you. I use brokenness as the seedbed of transformation. I use failure as the door to grace. I use your questions as invitations to encounter. Don't be afraid to tell your story. Don't be ashamed of where you've been. I will put my hand on every chapter you thought you had to hide, and I will breathe life into it. What looked like failure will fuel others into freedom. What the enemy meant to destroy will become a declaration of deliverance. I am turning the ashes into arrows. I am shaping the wreckage into weapons. You are not marked by what you've lost. You are crowned by what I've recovered. Stand tall in this new awareness. Let go of regret and clothe yourself in revelation. Nothing has been wasted. Every path, every fall, every unanswered prayer was known to me. And now, I will gather them all, piece by piece and use them to build a future that radiates my power. All things, yes, all, are working together for your good. And when you walk forward now, you will do so not with apology, but with authority, because you carry a story written by my hand. You heard of my love in sermons. You sung of it in psalms. You've whispered prayers hoping to feel it in your darkest moments. But now, you're about to encounter it like never before. You are about to find out just how deep my love truly goes, not in poetic theory, but in personal experience. My love is not a concept. It is not a feeling that comes and goes. It is the essence of who I am. It is the unshakable force that formed the universe and knit you together with intention. Let this sink into the roots of your identity. There is no part of you my love does not reach. No failure too severe. No thought too dark. No season too cold. You believe the lie that says love must be earned, but I do not love you because of what you've done. I love you because of who I am. And who I am does not change. I loved you before your first breath. I loved you when you questioned me. I love you in the silence, in the rebellion, in the grief. And I never stop. My love is deeper than shame, wider than fear, stronger than death. It corrects you without condemning. It pursues you without pressuring. It waits for you without growing weary. It calls you back when you wander and celebrates when you return. I do not love you less when you stumble. I do not love you more when you succeed. My love is not fragile. It is not dependent. It is not breakable. It is absolute, eternal, and alive. You will begin to feel it now, not just in moments of worship, but in the mundane, in the stillness of your thoughts, in the kindness that finds you unexpectedly, in the warmth that surrounds you when everything else feels cold. My love is not something you chase. It is something you receive. And I am pouring it into you now, without measure. It is rewiring your identity. It is breaking off insecurity. It is rewriting every false label you've ever believed. You are not just loved. You are my beloved. You are not merely accepted. You are chosen. And my love will carry you into your calling, sustain you through your process, and crown you in the end. Let me love you beyond what you think you deserve. Let me show you how safe, how steady, how powerful my embrace is. You've known fragments of love, but now you will know fullness. This love will not fail you. This love will not fade, and it is yours. Forever. You thought the breaking was the conclusion. You assumed the wilderness was the last chapter. You stared at the ashes and believed the fire had consumed everything. You stood on the rubble of what you built and whispered, "Is there anything left for me?" But I tell you now with thunder in my voice and gentleness in my hand, what you called the end, I have called the foundation. What you thought was closure, I have marked as preparation. You are standing at the threshold, not of conclusion, but of divine acceleration. This is not the end. This is the ignition point. This was just the beginning. Everything you've walked through has not been wasted. Not the delays, not the disappointments, not the betrayals, not the nights you cried in silence, begging me to explain what you could not comprehend. Every one of those moments was me tilling the soil of your spirit, breaking ground for a new kind of fruit to grow. The seasons that felt like loss were really planting seasons. The empty spaces were sacred construction zones. And now, you are ready, not just to survive, but to soar. The identity I've been forming in you beneath the surface is about to rise. Not timid, not uncertain, not The mantle you wear now carries the weight of what you've endured and the authority of what you've overcome. You've passed through fire, not to be scorched, but to be sanctified. You've emerged from the shadows, not to hide, but to shine. And the glory you carry now was not inherited. It was revealed through process. Step into this new beginning with boldness. The doors opening before you are not random. They are strategically aligned with my eternal design. You are not walking into a new opportunity. You are stepping into fulfilled destiny. And everything I promised you in the secret place, I am now bringing into view. What once required imagination will now require stewardship. What once demanded faith will now demand obedience. This is not the time to shrink back. This is the moment to rise with clarity, fire, and divine conviction. Let the past be laid to rest. You don't need to relive it. You only need to remember what it produced in you. Let the fear be silenced. You don't need every answer. You only need to walk with me. Let the heaviness lift. I am the wind beneath your calling. I am the breath in your purpose. I am the one who opens the way and equips the heart. This beginning will not feel like the start of something fragile. It will feel like the arrival of something unshakable. And the magnitude of what I release in this next season will not reflect the pain of your past. It will reflect the glory of your preparation. You're not just stepping into more. You're stepping into what you were made for. You were never buried. You were planted. And now, it is time to bloom. I make all things new, not just restored, but reborn. And this, my child, is your rebirth. This is the unveiling. This is the first step in a journey that will leave eternal echoes. You will look back one day and see that everything before this moment was the setup. The lessons, the shaping, the inner forging, it was all for this. You're not arriving at the end of something. You are awakening at the beginning of everything I've promised. So rise now. Lift your eyes. Walk forward not with hesitation, but with holy confidence. The page is turning. The story is shifting. The light is dawning. And the greatest chapter is unfolding now. This was just the beginning. You've walked through every word I've spoken. You stood at the edge of revelation and felt your spirit rise. And now you know, this was never the finish line. This is the launch into purpose. So hear me now. You asked, Lord, how can I help carry your glory? This is the moment. When you give through Super Thanks, membership, or the PayPal link below, you sow directly into the lives I am calling next. Your gift becomes the trumpet that awakens another soul. Your obedience becomes a wave of mercy that travels further than you can imagine. I will not only bless what you sow, I will multiply it, returning it with peace, with protection, with favor wrapped in fire. Don't hesitate. Don't delay. Step into this new beginning with me. Give, and let heaven move with you. You've walked through every line, not just hearing, but receiving. You felt my presence stretch across the silence, my words pour into wounds, my promises anchor your trembling hope. And now, child of my heart, is time. This is your turning point. This is your divine moment. You are not leaving this message the same. You are rising from it changed, called, commissioned, and crowned with purpose. Don't let these words stay trapped in your memory. Don't let my voice echo only for a moment. Respond. To be. Declare. Lift your head and proclaim what your spirit already knows. I am not who I used to be. I am stepping into everything God has spoken over me. I am ready to rise. Let this be your declaration. I will no longer dwell in delay. I will no longer sit in shame. I have heard the voice of my Father. I know now, this was just the beginning. I choose to rise. I choose to believe. I choose to walk forward into every promise, every purpose, every plan He has written for me. I was not forgotten. I was being formed. I am not finished. I am just getting started. If my spirit has stirred something in you, let it be known. Type in the comments, I'm ready to rise. Speak it over your life. Declare it aloud. Write it in the atmosphere. Seal it in your heart. Let heaven and hell both hear that you know who you are, and who I have always been to you. And if these words awaken something deep within you, share them. Carry them. Let others receive what you now carry. You are not only a receiver of glory, you are now a releaser of it. You were made for this moment. And I, the Lord your God, go before you. I surround you. I dwell within you. I have not finished with you. I have only just begun. Now walk, my beloved. Walk in the power of who you truly are. Walk in the truth of what I've revealed. Walk with fire, with Pete, with the eye, with Trev. Walk forward. Your new beginning has already begun. Comment now, I'm ready to rise, and step boldly into everything I have prepared. Your season is here. Your time is now. And I am with you. Always. My child, come closer. Let the noise of your world fade into the background. Hush your heart for just a moment and listen to what I am about to tell you. You are about to find out the truth behind the veil, the reality that underpins your every breath, your every struggle, and your every silent hope. You feel the weight of your journey. You see the path ahead is uncertain, but you have no idea what is truly happening in the realms you cannot see. You think your name is only whispered in your own prayers, but oh, my beloved, if you could only hear the echoes in my courts, you would never feel alone again. Do you know that the discussions in my heavenly courts often bear your name? Yes, your name. It is not spoken in hushed, disappointed tones. It is declared with love and anticipation. When I speak of you, the host of heaven, the legions of brilliant, shining angels, lean in to hear the story of my child who walks by faith on the earth. They listen as I recount your journey. The accuser, the enemy of your soul, brings his tired arguments and points to your stumbles, your moments of doubt, and your past mistakes. He presents them as evidence for your defeat, hoping to build a case against you. But then, my child, I stand. I rise in your defense, and a hush falls over all of creation. I do not deny your humanity, but I present my divinity. I point to the cross where every debt was paid, where every fault was washed clean by a love so powerful it defeated death itself. My love is your eternal advocate, and my grace is the final verdict. The enemy's accusations crumble to dust in the light of what I have already done for you. I speak of your quiet victories, the times you chose kindness when you were wronged, the moments you whispered, I trust you, Lord, when your heart was breaking. These acts, unseen by the world, are headlines here. They are the evidence that silences every lie, every accusation, every attempt to diminish the destiny I have placed upon your life. From these divine discussions, my child, assignments are given. You must understand, you do not walk this earth unprotected. Before you even wake in the morning, I have already dispatched angelic hosts to guard you. Imagine mighty beings of light and fire, warriors who have never known defeat, being given their orders for the day, and their mission is you. I assign them to go before you, to clear the path of hidden dangers you will never even know existed. I station them at your home, round your family, and beside you as you travel. You have felt their presence, haven't you? a sudden check in your spirit before you made a poor choice, that inexplicable peace that settled on you in the middle of a storm, that unexpected thought of encouragement that lifted you from despair, that was not mere chance, my beloved. That was the touch of your guardian, an angel carrying out my command to minister to you. Their swords are drawn against the spiritual forces of darkness that try to assault your mind with fear and anxiety. While you are sleeping, they are waging war for your peace, deflecting arrows of confusion and doubt that are aimed at your heart. You are surrounded by a celestial army, a security detail of unimaginable power, all because you are mine. And why do I do this? Because of the destiny I declared for you before the foundations of the world were ever laid. Before I spun the galaxies into existence, before I named the stars or commanded the light to shine, I knew you. I spoke your name into eternity. Your life is not a random accident. It is a divine appointment. I am the master architect, and I designed the blueprint of your soul with purpose, intention, and infinite love. I declared what you would become. I spoke of your resilience, your compassion, your unique strength, and the beautiful light I placed within you that no darkness could ever extinguish. The path you are on, with all its unexpected turns, its valleys and its mountains, is leading you precisely to that destination. Every step, every delay, every seeming detour is part of a grand and perfect plan to bring you into the fullness of the person I created you to be. You are not just wandering through life. You are walking out a destiny that was written in love before time began. It is because of this destiny and how you walk it out that my heart swells with pride when I speak of your faith. When the angels gather, I tell them about you. I boast of your courage. I don't speak of a perfect, flawless faith. Lo, I speak of something far more beautiful, a persistent, tenacious faith. I speak with pride of the times you fell and got back up, the moments you trusted my promise when your circumstances screamed the opposite. I recount the times you chose to worship me through your tears, the songs of praise you sang when your heart was heavy. I remember the sacrifices you made in secret, the generosity you showed when you had little yourself, the prayers you offered up for others while you were in your own season of need. These are the things that cause a stir in heaven. Your simple, beautiful, stubborn trust is a fragrance that fills my throne room, a melody that all of heaven stops to hear. Your faith, my child, even the faith you think is as small as a mustard seed, is a testament to my goodness, and it brings me immeasurable joy. You make me proud. And because of your faith, because of my unfailing love, and because of my sovereign power, you must settle this in your heart once and for all. Your victory is not a future possibility. It is a present reality. It has already been decreed in my courts. The verdict has been given. The gavel has fallen. The battle you face on earth is simply the outworking of a war that has already been won. The plans for your victory are not being formulated. They are being executed. Every provision you need, every piece of wisdom you require, every door that needs to be opened, and every divine connection that needs to be made has already been arranged. The enemy knows this. He fights with the fury of a defeated foe, trying to convince you that the battle is still in question. But I am telling you today, the outcome is settled. You are more than a conqueror through me. Your triumph is sealed by my promise, and my promises never fail. So what does this all lead to? What is the culmination of these heavenly discussions, these angelic assignments, this divine destiny, and this decreed victory? It is a celebration, my child. A grand celebration that is awaiting your arrival into your promise. All of heaven is not just watching your journey. It is waiting with anticipation for you to step into the fullness of what I have prepared. I am setting a feast for you right in the presence of those who doubted you. The angels are rehearsing the song of your deliverance, the song of triumph that tells the story of your faith and my faithfulness. The great cloud of witnesses, the saints who have gone before you, are leaning over the banisters of heaven, cheering you on, urging you forward. Walk, therefore, not in fear or hesitation, but with the confidence of a celebrated child. Lift your head high. A new season is dawning for you. The doors are opening, and you are about to find out, in the most tangible and glorious way, just how deeply you are loved, how fiercely you are protected, and how complete your victory truly is. My child, you have felt the shifting in the atmosphere, the tremor in your spirit, and you have asked me, Father, what is happening? You have looked at your life and seen only hardship. You have felt the crushing weight of circumstances and cried out, why this pain? Why this immense pressure? Today I pull back the curtain. I invite you into the truth of your own story, for you are about to find out the glorious purpose behind your recent trials. The enemy meant for it to break you, but I, your God, used it to make you. I have used this pressure, my precious one, to form a diamond from your spirit. Do you understand what it takes to create a diamond? It requires unimaginable heat and pressure, a force so intense that it transforms common carbon into the most brilliant and unbreakable of jewels. You felt like you were being crushed, forgotten in the darkness of the earth. But I was there with you in the fire, my hand upon you, my purpose unwavering. I was not destroying you, I was defining you. I was creating facets in your character that could only be carved through adversity. I was forging a resilience so profound that nothing will ever shatter you again. I was instilling a clarity in your vision, burning away the fog of confusion so you could see with spiritual eyes. I was purifying your heart until it became a brilliant, clear vessel that perfectly reflects my light. You look at your past and see scars. I look at you and see the breathtaking facets of a diamond, priceless and ready to shine for the world to see. You are also about to find out that the strength you were building was greatest when you felt at your weakest. You remember those nights, don't you? The moments when you whispered, I cannot take another step. I have no fight left. In those moments of complete surrender, when you let go of your own strength, my power rushed in to fill the void. You thought you were failing, but you were actually learning the most vital lesson of all, how to lean on me completely. Your weakness became the very doorway for my supernatural strength to be perfected in you. Each time you said I can't, you were making room for me to say I can. That tremor you felt was not you falling apart. It was my might rising within you. You have emerged from this season not with a fragile, human resilience, but with a divine, inexhaustible strength that is rooted in me. You are stronger now than you have ever been, not because you endured, but because you learned to let me endure through you. Understand this, my child. There are lessons in endurance that could never be taught in a season of comfort. Comfort makes you content, but trials make you a warrior. Had the path been smooth and the journey easy, you would never have discovered the ferocious warrior I placed inside of you. It was in the wilderness, when you had to trust me for your daily bread, that you learned I am your provider. It was in the storm, when the waves crashed over you, that you learned I am your peace. It was in the long, silent waiting that you learned I am your faithful companion. These lessons have been woven into the very fabric of your soul. They are not just things you know in your head. They are truths you now carry in your bones. You have learned to stand, to persevere, to hold on to my promise when all other grips have failed. This endurance is your crown, earned in the fires of adversity. And in that fire, your heart and your motives underwent a profound purification. The heat of affliction has a way of burning away everything that is not pure, everything that is not eternal. It burned away the hidden pride that whispered you could do this on your own. It burned away the need for human approval that so often guided your choices. It burned away the selfish ambitions that were tangled up with my divine call on your life. What is left, my child, is a heart that is pure, a love that is sincere, and motives that are holy. Your desire now is not for your own glory, but for mine. Your primary longing is not for comfort, but for my presence. This purified heart is one of the most precious gifts you have received from your time of trial. Finally, you must know that your testimony was being forged in those very flames. A story of faith that has never been tested has no real power. But your story, your story now has weight. It has authenticity. It rings with the sound of truth because it was hammered into shape on the anvil of adversity. People will listen to you, not because of perfect words, but because they will see the evidence of my grace all over you. They will see that you have walked through the fire and have come out without the smell of smoke, carrying only the light of your Savior. The trial was not a random series of painful events. It was the sacred ground where I strip you of every dependency that was not me. I allowed the props you leaned on, your own plans, the opinions of others, your financial security, to be shaken, so that you would learn to build your life on the only unshakable rock, me. The trial was not my punishment, my child. The trial was your promotion. My beloved, let's talk about the doors. I saw your hand on the doorknob, your heart full of hope. I heard your prayers asking me to turn the key, to swing it wide. And when that door slammed shut, when it was locked and barred against you, I felt the sharp sting of your confusion and the ache of your disappointment. You thought it was my rejection. You wondered if you had done something to displease me. You are about to find out that the closed door was not my rejection, but my most fierce and loving protection. You saw an opportunity, but I saw a trap laid by the enemy. You saw a promising path, but I saw the end of that road, and it led to a ruin that would have taken you years to recover from. You saw a beautiful facade, but I saw the crumbling foundation within. That door I closed so firmly, the one you mourned so deeply, was my hand of mercy shielding you from a future of immense sorrow. You wept over a closed door, while I was rejoicing that my beloved child was safe from the hidden dangers that lurked behind it. Someday, from the perspective of eternity, you will look back and thank me with all your heart for the doors I did not allow you to walk through. You must also understand that every closed door was an act of my divine redirection. I am the great shepherd, and sometimes, to lead my sheep to the greenest pastures, I must block the paths that lead to barren land. The closure was not a no from your father. It was a not this way, my child. I have something so much better for you. You were focused on one small part of the map, while I hold the entire blueprint for your life. My plan for you is vast and beautiful, and I could not let you settle for something small and insignificant when I have destined you for greatness. The closed door was me, lovingly taking your hand and turning you around, reorienting your gaze toward the magnificent horizon of your true destiny. Listen to me. You grieved the loss of a simple gate, all the while unaware that I was preparing to swing open a majestic, towering portal for you. This new door, this new season, is so immense, so full of blessing and purpose that it required you to be fully prepared. The old you could not have handled what is coming. The character I was building in you through that season of perceived rejection was the very key you needed for this new entrance. The sting of being told no taught you a resilience that constant approval never could. It forced you to dig your roots deeper, to find your worth and your validation not in what people or circumstances could give you, but in your identity as my cherished child. That closed door built an unshakable strength in your spirit. I needed to free your hands for the new blessing I am releasing to you. You cannot receive the new thing I have for you if your hands are still desperately clinging to the doorknob of your past. My closing of the door was an invitation to let go. It was a call to open your hands, to release your grip on what you thought you wanted, so that you could be ready to receive the weight and the wonder of what I have truly destined for you. That empty feeling in your hands was not loss. It was readiness. It was the necessary space for you to grasp the new thing I am doing. Every season must come to an end to make way for a divine beginning. Think of it like a tree in winter. It looks barren, lifeless, as if its productive days are over. But that dormant season is essential. It is a time of rest, of gathering strength deep within its roots. Then, when the time is right, spring bursts forth with a life and beauty that would have been impossible without the winter. The closed door marked the end of a winter in your life. It was necessary. It was purposeful. But now, look. Can you feel the change in the air? The ice is thawing. The ground is softening. The sun is shining upon your face. Your winter is over, my child, and the glorious spring of your new beginning is here. Prepare to walk through the door I am now opening for you. My child, your heart has felt the ache of separation. You have watched people you cared for walk away, creating a silence and a space that has felt like a void. You have asked me, what did I do wrong? Why are they leaving? Let me speak to your heart with clarity. Their departure was not your failure. It was my divine intervention. I have been carefully, lovingly, pruning the branches of your life. You are about to find out that their removal was not a loss, but a rescue, an essential part of preparing you for your promise. I removed those whose spirits were not aligned with your divine destiny. You have a high and holy calling on your life, my beloved. Where I am taking you requires courage, unwavering faith, and a spirit of victory. The people who have departed were comfortable with the old you. They fit neatly into your past season, but their spirits could not comprehend the magnitude of your future. Their vision was limited to the safety of the shoreline, while I am calling you to walk on the deep waters with me. To keep them in your life would have been to anchor a mighty ship with a child's toy. I removed them because they could not go where I am taking you, and their inability to see would have hindered your ability to fly. Listen closely. I am removing the voices of doubt that were hindering your faith. I heard their words, spoken both to you and about you. They were the subtle whispers of skepticism that planted seeds of fear in the soil of your heart. They called your passionate faith too much. They labeled your God-given dreams as unrealistic. They were a constant, humming static that made it difficult for you to hear my voice. Every time you took a step of faith, they offered 1,000 reasons why you would fail. I love you too much to allow their unbelief to poison your spirit. I had to create a holy quiet around you, removing their critical voices so that my voice of truth and affirmation could become the loudest voice in your life. Furthermore, some of these relationships were draining your God-given anointing. You know the ones I speak of. After every conversation, you felt exhausted, diminished, and heavy. They were like a slow leak in the tires of your spirit. The precious oil of my presence, the joy and fire I have poured into you, was being depleted by their negativity, their gossip, or their constant neediness. I am sealing up those leaks, my child. I am protecting the anointing on your life because it is meant to be poured out for my purposes, not drained away by relationships that do not edify or strengthen you. My anointing on you is for breaking yokes and setting captives free, and it must be guarded with wisdom. I also removed people in order to expose hidden betrayals to your eyes. There were things happening in the shadows, conversations you were not privy to, and hearts that held envy while their mouths spoke friendship. I, in my mercy, allowed you to see a glimpse of their true nature. This revelation was not intended to wound you but to awaken you. It was a painful but necessary gift. I exposed their hearts so that you would no longer place your trust in them, saving you from a much deeper betrayal that was planned for you down the road. I love you too much to let you walk alongside those who do not truly have your best interests at heart. Their removal was my hand of protection, saving you from a future heartbreak. You must understand, these people would not have been able to handle where I am taking you. The level of blessing, influence, and favor that I am about to release into your life would have been too much for their insecure hearts. The brightness of your future would have activated their jealousy and fear, and they would have become an obstacle, or even an adversary, on your journey. I remove them now, in love, to spare both you and them from a painful collision in the future. I did not create a void in your life, my child. I have created a sacred space. I have cleared the ground, preparing it for the divine allies I am sending. Get ready. I am bringing you your tribe, warriors of faith, loyal friends and destiny connectors who will not tolerate your calling but will celebrate it. They will champion your dreams and fight alongside you. The season of painful pruning is over. The season of divine connection is at hand. My child, you have cried out into what felt like an empty void. You have pleaded, "Father, where are you? Why won't you speak to me?" The silence from heaven has been deafening, and you have interpreted it as my absence, my disapproval, or my distance. You are about to find out that the unsettling silence was not a sign of my abandonment, but a sign of my most intense and focused work on your behalf. In the quiet, I was orchestrating your greatest victories. In that holy hush, I was doing sacred work in the unseen realm for you. While your world seemed still and unchanging, I was moving heaven and earth. I was dispatching armies of angels to fight battles you knew nothing about. I was rearranging circumstances, shifting the hearts of people, and aligning opportunities that were not yet visible to you. Just as a surgeon requires intense concentration to perform a delicate operation, I required a season of quiet to perform the intricate work needed for your breakthrough. The silence was not emptiness, it was the sound of my divine concentration, all of it focused on you. I also allowed the silence because it was essential for you to learn to trust me without signs. Faith that requires a constant stream of feelings, wonders, and audible words is not mature faith. It is a faith that depends on sight. I needed to graduate you to a new level of trust. I was teaching you to believe in my goodness even when you could not see it, to trust in my presence even when you could not feel it, and to stand on my promise even when all evidence pointed to the contrary. This robust, unwavering faith, born in the silent wilderness, is now one of your greatest assets. It is a faith that cannot be shaken by circumstances because it is anchored to my unchangeable character. Know this, my beloved, my silence amplifies my voice. Have you ever been in a completely quiet room, and then a single whisper sounds as loud as a shout? I was quieting all the other noises in your life, the noise of the world, the noise of your own fears, the noise of other people's opinions, so that when I spoke again, you would hear me with a new and profound clarity. The silence was resetting your spiritual ears. It was tuning your heart to my frequency. Now, when I whisper, you will hear me. When I give a gentle nudge, you will feel it. My voice will be unmistakable to you because you have learned to listen in the quiet. This season of quiet was also designed to strengthen your own spiritual discernment. When my voice was not booming, you were forced to lean in closer. You had to learn to distinguish the subtle stirrings of my Holy Spirit from your own emotions or anxieties. You learned what my peace truly feels like, separate from just a lack of conflict. You learned to sense my leading in your spirit, rather than waiting for an external sign. Your spiritual senses, your ability to see, hear, and feel in the spirit, have been sharpened in the quiet. You have emerged from this season not as a spiritual infant who needs to be spoon-fed, but as a mature child who can discern and walk with me in a deeper partnership. Ultimately, the silence was a testing of your faith's foundation. A building's strength is not tested on a calm day, but in a storm or an earthquake. The silence was a divine pressure test on your foundation. It revealed the hairline cracks, the places where you were secretly trusting in something other than me. It brought to the surface the anxieties and insecurities that were hidden beneath your daily activities. It was a loving test, designed to show you where your foundation needed to be shored up, so that when I build the great new structure of your next season upon it, it will stand firm and unshakable. The silence was my deliberate, strategic quiet as I meticulously arranged every detail of your breakthrough. I was the master composer, bringing all the instruments into tune before the grand symphony began. Now, my child, lean in. The hush is ending. The conductor's baton is raised. Listen, your song is about to begin. You saw the waiting period as wasted time, a desolate pause in your life story. You felt stagnant, left behind, wondering if I had forgotten you. My child, you are about to find out that the waiting room was not a prison. It was a divine gymnasium for your soul. You were not losing time. You were gaining a power so profound it will sustain you for the rest of your days. You were being equipped for the destiny you were always meant to fulfill. First, look at the profound patience that has now become a part of your very character. Before this season, you were restless, easily frustrated by delays, and tempted to run ahead of my timing. But the waiting has taught you the sacred rhythm of trust. You have learned to be still and know that I am God. This is not a passive, weak patience. It is a powerful, active trust that knows how to stand, how to pray, and how to rest in my sovereignty. In a world that screams for instant gratification, this deep, soul patience is a rare and mighty superpower. It will keep you in perfect peace as you walk into the blessings I have prepared. In the waiting, you developed a depth of reliance on me that you never had before. Your own plans failed. Your own strength ran out. The people you relied on could not help you. You were brought to a place where I was all you had, and there you discovered that I was all you ever needed. Your self-reliance has been beautifully, mercifully broken. In its place is a deep, settled confidence in my goodness and my master plan. You have learned to surrender the outcome to me, and in that surrender, you have found a freedom that striving could never provide. You now walk not in the flimsy confidence of your own ability, but in the unshakable certainty of mine. Consider the hope that now anchors your soul. Before, your hope was often a fragile wish, easily shattered by disappointment. But the waiting has forged in you a hope that is robust and unshakable. It is no longer tethered to your changing circumstances, but is anchored deeply in my unchanging character. You hope not because things look good, but because you know that I am good. This hope will keep your heart steady in any storm. It is the light that will guide you through any future darkness, a flame that cannot be extinguished, because its source is me. Do not forget the wisdom you acquired through observation and prayer. When you could not move forward, you learned to look deeper. The waiting made you a keen observer of my ways. You began to see my hand in the small details. You learned to pray with a new fervency, not just asking for things, but seeking my heart, my perspective. You have gained a wisdom that cannot be learned in a classroom or read in a book. It is the divine insight that comes from sitting at your Father's feet, listening and learning in the quiet moments. Feel the new authority you now carry in your spirit. Because you stood firm under trial, because you did not abandon your post, because you kept believing in the dark, you have been promoted. There is a new weight to your words, a new power in your prayers. When you speak, heaven takes notice. The enemy recognizes you as a tested warrior, a veteran of faith who cannot be easily intimidated. This authority was your reward for enduring the wait with honor. You did not simply survive the waiting season, you conquered it. And perhaps the most beautiful power you gained is the compassion that has been carved into your heart. Because you know the ache of waiting, the frustration of delay, and the pain of a promise deferred, you can now look upon others in their own waiting seasons with true empathy. You will not offer them shallow platitudes, but you will be able to offer them the genuine comfort and strength you received from me. The power you gained in waiting was never just for you, my beloved. It was to make you a well of living water for others, a healer for the brokenhearted, a beacon of hope for those who feel lost in their own season of silence. Your waiting has made you a gift to the world. My child, you have perceived only a fraction of your reality. You have seen the battles fought in the world of the visible, the struggles you can touch and name. But you are about to find out about the monumental wars I have fought for you in the unseen, the victories I secured on your behalf while you were simply trying to get through your day. The spiritual realm is more real than the world you see, and in that realm, you are a heavily guarded, fiercely defended child of the King. While you were going about your life, the enemy of your soul was holding his own counsels. He was dispatching spirits of fear, lack, discouragement, and confusion, each with your name on its assignment. He strategized your downfall, planning to ambush your peace and derail your destiny. But before those dark assignments could even be launched, my authority, like a bolt of lightning, intervened in the courts of heaven. I stood and declared, "No, not this child. This one is mine." With the power of my eternal word, I stamped a divine cancelled across the enemy's orders. You simply experienced a day of unexpected peace or a moment of unexplainable clarity and thought nothing of it. But in the heavens, a major spiritual assault against you was utterly thwarted and sent back into the abyss from which it came. You must understand, for every dark force assigned to hinder you, I have dispatched an entire legion of my holy warrior angels to stand for you. These are not passive guardians, they are proactive mighty warriors. While you slept, they pushed back the darkness that sought to encroach upon your home and your family. While you worked, they cleared your spiritual atmosphere of confusion, silencing the lying whispers that sought to undermine your confidence. You have been walking in a protected corridor of grace, shielded by angelic wings and defended by celestial swords. You are far more protected than you have ever realized. Think of the moments you now call coincidence or luck. You thought you were simply running late, but you missed a devastating accident by mere seconds. You thought you had a sudden, random urge to call a friend, but your words interrupted a spiral of despair in their heart. My child, this was not chance. This was my hand, orchestrating your steps, guiding your intuition, and moving you out of the path of unseen traps the enemy had laid for you. The world sees chaos and chance. I want you to see my loving, meticulous choreography in the details of your life. I have saved you from perils you will never know about until you reach eternity. And what about the battle for your mind? The relentless anxiety, the sudden, crushing wave of hopelessness, the sharp, painful memory replayed on a loop. You thought these were just your own thoughts, your own struggles. But so often, they were targeted spiritual attacks, arrows of fire designed to paralyze you and make you forget who I am. In those very moments, when you felt too weary to fight back, my Holy Spirit, dwelling within you, rose up and became your defender. I rebuked the tormentor. I commanded the spirits of fear and heaviness to leave you. You felt the darkness lift and thought your mood had simply improved. But what truly happened was a divine deliverance in the battlefield of your mind. I have been your shield, deflecting countless arrows of shame, guilt, and accusation that were aimed directly at your heart. And so many of your greatest breakthroughs occurred while you were sleeping. You went to bed with a heavy burden and woke with an unexplainable lightness, because your Father, who never slumbers, was at work through the night, untangling what was knotted, fighting for your peace, and securing your victory. My child, you have noticed them, haven't you? The patterns. The same sequence of numbers appearing on the clock, on license plates, on your phone. A part of you has wondered, is this just my mind playing tricks on me? While another part of your spirit has stirred, sensing something more. You are about to find out that this is not your imagination. I am the God who created the cosmos with mathematical precision, and I am the God who delights in speaking to you in personal, intimate ways. I am weaving messages of love and confirmation into the very fabric of your day. In the midst of your busy life, with all its noise and distractions, these recurring numbers are my gentle way of getting your attention. Think of them as a loving tap on your shoulder from your Heavenly Father. It is my way of saying, pause. Look out. Remember me. I am right here with you in this very moment. It is an invitation to shift your focus from the natural to the supernatural, to remember that you are living in a world infused with my presence and my purpose. It is a call to connect your heart with mine, even for just a fleeting second. Often, these numbers are divine breadcrumbs leading you back to a specific promise in my word. When a particular number appears repeatedly, I am often nudging your spirit toward a chapter or verse that holds a key for you in this very season. I am prompting you to open the living word, to search for the treasure I have hidden there for you. It is a divine game of hide and seek, one where I delight in being found by you. The numbers are not the message itself. They are the signpost pointing you to the deep, unchanging truth of my promises for your life. These patterns are also my powerful confirmation to you that you are in sync with my perfect timing. The enemy loves to whisper that you are behind, that you have missed your chance, that it's too late. But when you see these repeating numbers, hear my voice of reassurance. You are right on time. You are exactly where you are meant to be. My plan for you is unfolding with divine precision. Think of it as a glance at a celestial clock, a clock that is never early or late, confirming that the season for your promise is drawing near and all is proceeding according to my sovereign schedule. More than anything, my beloved, these numbers are my whispers of I am with you. They are my secret code, a personal language between us. In the middle of an ordinary task, in a moment of stress or a flash of joy, I send them to remind you that the King of the universe is intimately aware of and involved in every single detail of your life. You are not a nameless face in a crowd to me. You are known, you are seen, and you are constantly on my mind. Let every recurring number feel like a kiss from heaven upon your brow. And in the end, I am teaching you the beautiful language of the Spirit. I am training your eyes to see my signature everywhere, to recognize that there is no part of your life where I am not present. So, the next time you see that pattern, do not dismiss it. Smile, take a breath, and whisper back, I see you, Father. I hear you, and I love you too. My child, you have surfaced from sleep with the echo of a dream still ringing in your soul. Some dreams leave you with a profound sense of peace, others with a lingering question. You have wondered at their meaning, at their vividness. You are about to find out that your sleep is not an idle state. It is often a sacred classroom, a holy cinema where I speak to the depths of your spirit, bypassing the logic and doubts of your waking mind. In many of these dreams, I am giving you visions of what is to come, I am pulling back the curtain of time and showing you a preview of your destiny. I show you walking in a victory you have not yet experienced, operating in a gift you do not yet feel confident in, or living in a place of peace you long for. I give you these trailers of your future not to tease you, but to anchor your hope. When the journey gets hard, you can hold on to the memory of that dream as a promise of the destination I have prepared. It is my way of saying, this is real. This is where we are going. Hold on. At other times, the dreams that feel so good, the ones that align perfectly with the deepest, purest desires of your heart, are my way of affirming that I planted those desires within you. Your dream of a mended family, of a fulfilling work that helps others, of a deep and faithful love, these are not random fantasies. They are reflections of my own heart for you. When I give you such a dream, I am validating your desires, confirming that they are holy and good. I am putting my divine amen on the prayers you have been praying, encouraging you to keep believing for them. You must also listen with care, for sometimes a dream is a gentle warning. A dream that leaves you with a sense of unease or contains strange, unsettling symbolism is often my loving protection at work. I am alerting your spirit to a person whose heart is not right, a situation that is deceptive, or a path that leads to trouble. I do not give you these dreams to make you afraid, but to make you wise. I am your good shepherd, using the staff of a dream to nudge you away from the cliff's edge, to equip you with the discernment you need to navigate your life with safety and wisdom. And be assured, my child, that while you are resting, I am often doing my deepest healing work within your subconscious mind. You may dream of past wounds of people who have hurt you, or of your own past failures. This is not to torment you. This is my gentle, surgical hand bringing these buried things to the surface, into the light, so that my love can heal them completely. As you sleep, I am untangling the knots of old lies, replacing painful memories with my peace, and rewriting the narrative of your past with the truth of my grace. You are literally being healed from the inside out while you rest in me. Finally, I am revealing my divine strategies to you in your rest. The solution to a complex problem, the next step in your project, the creative idea you've been searching for. I often deliver these things in your dreams, when your mind is quiet and receptive. And sometimes, I simply pull back the veil to give you a glimpse into the spiritual realm, reminding you that my angels are real, my power is active, and your life is part of a grand, eternal story. Pay attention to your dreams, my child, for I am speaking. My child, your heart hath been so frustrated. You have looked at the path your life has taken and seen what you believe are detours, setbacks, and agonizing delays. You have compared your journey to those around you who seem to be on a fast, direct highway to success, and you have cried out, "Father, why is my road so winding? Why am I so far behind?" You are about to find out that what you called a detour, I called a divine appointment. What you called a delay, I called a crucial preparation. Your journey hath been perfectly, lovingly designed. On that quick, easy highway, your character would have remained shallow. But on the scenic route I chose for you, the one with the steep climbs and the rocky terrain, you developed a spiritual strength you could have gained no other way. On the long, winding road, you learned patience. You learned perseverance. You learned to trust my guidance in the wilderness when you could not see the next turn. I was always more concerned with the person you were becoming on the journey than with the speed of your arrival. The detour was for your development. Think back to the unscheduled stops, the seasons where you felt you were stuck in a holding pattern. You thought you were wasting time, but those were periods filled with divine appointments. It was during that delay that I brought a person across your path who would speak a life-changing word to you, It was in that waiting room that you discovered a new strength in your own spirit. I arranged those stops for you to gather crucial intelligence, to form key alliances, and to learn lessons that were absolutely essential for the next phase of your journey. They were not wasted moments, they were strategic pauses orchestrated by my loving hand. You longed for the shortcut, the quicker path, but I, who see the end from the beginning, saw the dangers that were hidden there. I saw the spiritual ambush the enemy had prepared for you on that road. I saw the relationship that would have ended in heartbreak, the business deal that would have led to ruin, the subtle trap that would have ensnared your soul. The frustrating delay that made you cry out to me was, in fact, an act of my profound love and protection. I slowed you down to save you from a catastrophe. I delayed your progress to preserve your destiny. You must know that the timing for your blessing had to be perfectly aligned. For you to receive what I have for you, other people, resources, and opportunities had to be moved into place like pieces on a celestial chessboard. Your delay was not my denial, it was my divine alignment. I was holding you, preparing you, while I was also preparing the world around you for your arrival. My timing is always perfect. I was not just preparing the promise for you, I was preparing you for the promise. You needed to gather resources on your journey, not just money, but wisdom, experience, and emotional fortitude. The humbling process of the detours stripped you of pride and taught you to depend on me for everything. Now you are ready. You will not stumble under the weight of the blessing. You will not take it for granted. You will steward it with the wisdom and humility you learned on the long, winding, beautiful road I designed just for you. My child, you now see the divine purpose in what felt like a long and winding road. Just as I turned your detours into destiny, your gift now helps make the path straight for another soul who is lost and waiting to hear my voice. You've prayed, use me, Lord. This is how I'm answering you now. Every seed you sow through a super thanks or membership becomes a well of living water in someone else's desert. I declared, give, and it will be given to you, and I will honor my word by pouring out a blessing of direction and clarity upon your own life. This moment is not random, it is your divine appointment to shorten another's wilderness season. Now act. Sow your seed of light through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and partner with me in this great rescue. My beloved, after a season of pruning and making space, a season where you learn to walk so closely with me, it is now time for you to see the community I am building around you. You have felt the loneliness, but that season is over. You are about to find out about the team of divine helpers I have been preparing and positioning to intersect with your path at the perfect moment. You will not walk into your next season alone. First, I am sending you destiny connectors. These are individuals who carry keys to doors you cannot open by yourself. They move in circles of influence you have not yet entered. They will not necessarily be spiritual giants, but they will be people of favor whom I will guide. With a single introduction, an unexpected email, or a casual conversation, they will connect you to the platform, the resource, or the opportunity that will launch you into the next level of your calling. They will feel a supernatural compulsion to help you, to open a door for you, and it will be my hand at work through them. Next, I'm sending you burden bearers. The journey ahead will have challenges, and I do not intend for you to carry them by yourself. These are the precious souls who will lift you up in prayer when you feel too weary. They will be the ones who sit with you in your moments of struggle, not offering cheap advice, but offering their steadfast presence and support. They will be my arms with skin on, tangible reminders of my love, sent to share the weight of your journey. They will form a spiritual shield around you, holding you up so that you cannot fall. I am also bringing you wise counselors. As your influence grows, so will the complexity of your decisions. I am positioning people in your life who are filled with my spirit and deeply grounded in my word. They will be your sounding board. They will not be afraid to speak the truth to you in love, to confirm my direction, and to warn you when you are veering off course. They will not be yes men, but true friends who love you enough to provide godly, wise counsel that will protect you and ensure the long-term success of your endeavors. And oh, my child, I am sending you loyal friends. This is a gift for your heart. These are the people who will rejoice at your victories as if they were their own, with no trace of envy or competition. They will see the gold in you, even on the days you can only see the dust. They will remind you of who you are in me when you are tempted to forget. They will be a safe harbor for your soul, a source of joy and laughter, and a testament to the beauty of godly community. They will love you for who you are, not for what you can do for them. For the great assignment on your life, I am also sending strategic partners. These are people whose gifts, skills, and anointings are the perfect complement to yours. Where you are weak, they will be strong. Together, you will create and build things for my kingdom that would be impossible for any of you to do alone. This is the power of divine partnership, and I am aligning you with the exact right people to fulfill the vision I have placed in your heart. Be ready, for these helpers will come from the most unexpected of places. Keep your heart open and your spirit discerning. Your season of isolation is officially over. Your season of divine collaboration has now begun. My child, the season of your financial struggle has been long. I have seen you stretch every resource. I have heard you pray for provision, and I have felt the anxiety that has tried to steal your peace. You have looked at the mountains of bills and the deserts of your bank accounts and wondered where your help would come from. You are about to find out that your help comes from me, the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth, and your season of lack is coming to a swift and dramatic end. The financial breakthrough you have cried for is not in the distant future. It is now unfolding. I am not merely sending you a small relief. I am flinging open the storehouses of heaven over your life. Imagine vast storehouses, filled to overflowing with every resource you could ever need. By my command, the doors of those storehouses are creaking open, and I am releasing a torrent of my provision upon you. This is not a trickle. It is a flood of blessing, so abundant that it will not only fill your own life to overflowing, but will make you a river of blessing to everyone around you. Prepare your heart, expand your vision, for you are about to manage a level of my abundance you have only dreamed of. You have felt as though you are wandering in a barren desert, seeing no source of life or provision. But look now with your spiritual eyes, for I am doing a new thing. I am causing streams of provision to burst forth in your driest places. Opportunities will come to you from the most unexpected directions. Favor will flow to you from people and places that make no natural sense. I am your source, my beloved, and my supply is not dictated by the world's economy or your current circumstances. I am the God who rained down manna from heaven and brought water from a rock, and I am the same God for you today. Listen to this decree from my throne. The chains of debt that have held you captive are being broken. That spirit of lack and bondage that has tormented your mind is being shattered by my authority. I am releasing to you my divine wisdom and supernatural strategies to cancel every single debt, to pay every bill, and to walk in complete financial freedom. You will no longer be a servant to the lender. You will be a lender to many. The stress of debt will no longer have a place in your mind or in your home. I declare your jubilee. I declare your release. I am also downloading new and creative ideas for wealth directly into your spirit. Be attentive. The thoughts that come to you in your prayer time the innovative solutions that stir you in the middle of the night. These are not random. This is me, your Father, teaching you how to prosper. I am giving you the blueprints for businesses, the strategies for investments, and the creative concepts that will become powerful streams of income for you and your family. And for every resource the enemy has stolen, for every year that the locusts have eaten, I declare a sevenfold restoration. You will recover it all. This financial breakthrough is not ultimately for your comfort, but for your calling. I am funding the vision I have placed within you. The resources you need to fulfill your divine assignment are now being released. You are my trusted steward. Rise up and receive your breakthrough. My child, I know the landscape of your broken heart. I was there in the moment it shattered. I have collected every tear you have shed in my bottle. The pain you endured felt pointless, a cruel twist of fate that left you feeling desolate and abandoned. You have cried out, why? Why did you let this happen? My beloved, you are about to find out that your heartbreak was not a random act of cruelty. It was a sacred surgery, performed with the precise and loving hands of your Heavenly Father. Before this, your heart had a certain capacity for love, but it was limited. A broken heart, when surrendered to me, is not destroyed, it is miraculously expanded. I allowed the breaking to create more space within you. I was increasing your capacity to receive the full measure of my divine, unconditional love. And in turn, your ability to pour out true compassion and empathy upon a hurting world has been multiplied beyond measure. You could only love others to the degree you had experienced love, and I needed you to experience my love at its deepest, most restorative level. You must also understand that you were leaning on a fragile source for your love and validation. Whether it was a person, a position, or an achievement, you had placed your hope in something that could, and did, fail you. This was a hidden idol in your heart, and I love you too much to let you worship at a false altar. The breaking of your heart was the breaking of that idol. It was a severe mercy, designed to turn you to me as your one and only true source of unfailing love. It was painful, but it was necessary to lead you to the freedom of finding your all in me. Now, no person or circumstance can ever take away your source of love, for your source is eternal. Because of this experience, you are now divinely qualified to become a healer for other broken-hearted people. You will not offer them shallow comfort or empty phrases. You will offer them the powerful, authentic empathy that comes only from one who has walked through the same valley and found me there. Your scars are no longer signs of your wounds. They are the credentials of your healing ministry. They are a beautiful, powerful testament to my restorative power. You will become a safe harbor for the wounded, for they will sense in you a deep understanding that only shared experience can bring. You also never knew the incredible resilience and strength that I placed within you until it was tested at such a profound level. You thought the heartbreak would utterly destroy you, but look at yourself now. You are still here. You are healing. You are growing. The breaking did not reveal your weakness. It revealed a supernatural strength that you never knew you possessed. You now carry the deep knowledge that with me, you can survive what you were certain would kill you. And my child, the pain has softened your heart in the most beautiful way. Ease and comfort can sometimes lead to pride, but your suffering has produced in you a tender humility, a gentle spirit, and a merciful heart. You are more forgiving, more patient, more kind. You are more like my son because of what you have endured. And finally, I had to clear that space in your heart. The old structure was built on a faulty foundation. I had to demolish it completely to make room for the true, holy, and lasting love that I have destined for you. The breaking was not the end of your love story. It was the necessary, beautiful, and sacred beginning of the true one. My child, you are stepping out of one season and into another, and you will not go with your old equipment. The trials have prepared you, the waiting has strengthened you, and now I am promoting you. You are about to find out about the fresh anointing I am pouring upon your life. This is not a refill of the old. It is a new and greater measure of my Spirit, a divine empowerment specifically for the new territory you are about to possess. Open your heart and receive it now. I am releasing upon you a new authority to speak my word with an undeniable boldness. The spirit of timidity and the fear of man that has sometimes muzzled you is being consumed by the fire of my Spirit. From this day forward, when you speak my truth, your words will carry a supernatural weight. They will not be empty sounds, but will be creative and powerful, capable of shifting atmospheres, breaking down strongholds in people's minds, and bringing conviction and freedom. The heavens will back your words because they will be my words flowing through you. I am also giving you a far greater sensitivity to the movements of my Holy Spirit. Your spiritual senses are being heightened. Where you once struggled to discern my voice, you will now hear my whispers with clarity. You will sense the subtle nudges and leadings of my Spirit with precision. You will see where I am at work around you and will know exactly how to partner with me. This heightened sensitivity will protect you from deception and will position you to be in the right place at the right time to receive and release my miracles. Your intimacy with me is going to a much deeper level. Prepare yourself, for I am placing a mantle of leadership upon your shoulders. You have been faithful in the small things, and now I am entrusting you with greater responsibility. People will begin to look to you for wisdom, guidance, and strength. This is not an authority you have to grasp or strive for. It is a grace I am bestowing. You will lead with a servant's heart and a shepherd's care. I am making you a trusted voice, a safe guide for the people I am calling you to influence for my kingdom. Furthermore, I am anointing you for creative miracles and divine problem solving. You will look at impossible situations and see my pathways of possibility. I will give you supernatural ideas, innovative solutions, and heavenly strategies that will unlock breakthroughs where others have only seen barriers. You will become a carrier of my wisdom, a problem solver who brings my light and my answers into dark and complex situations. And with this anointing will come a tangible presence of my peace. My peace will so saturate your being that it will emanate from you, calming storms not only within you, but in the lives of those you encounter. You will be a walking sanctuary, a carrier of a divine tranquility that silences fear and chaos. Finally, my beloved, I am releasing upon you a powerful breaker anointing. This is the divine ability to shatter generational curses and long-standing limitations. The cycles of defeat, poverty, and sickness that have tried to define your family line will come to a halt with you. They cannot pass through the anointing on your life. You are a pioneer of a new legacy. You are a curse breaker and a blessing releaser. This is the power I am entrusting to you now. Steward it well. My precious child, I have watched the battles take their toll. I have seen the joy that once sparkled in your eyes grow dim, and I have seen the peace that once guarded your heart be eroded by wave after wave of worry. Your spirit has grown weary under the weight of it all. But today, the season of your sorrow is ending. You are about to find out that I am your divine restorer, and I am personally breathing life back into the desolate places of your soul. I am restoring your lost joy and your stolen peace. Deep within you, I placed a wellspring of gladness, a fountain of my own joy. But the dirt and debris from life's hard roads have clogged it, turning its flow into a mere trickle. Today, with my loving hand, I am clearing away all that debris. I am unstopping that well, and the joy that is about to spring forth will be unlike any happiness you have known. It is not dependent on your circumstances. It is a deep, resilient, and overflowing gladness that flows directly from my spirit into yours. Listen to my declaration over you. The spirit of heaviness that has clung to you like a shroud is now being lifted. I am commanding it to leave you. In its place, I am clothing you with a garment of praise. Even as you absorb these words, feel that oppressive weight on your shoulders begin to dissolve. I am shining the light of my presence into the shadowed corners of your mind, driving out every trace of depression and despair. I am breathing my fresh wind into your lungs. You will feel light again. You will feel free again. I am also releasing over your life the peace that surpasses all human understanding. This is not a peace that the world can give, nor one it can take away. It is a supernatural tranquility that will stand like a mighty guardian over your heart and your mind, protecting them from the assaults of anxiety and fear. Even when the storms of life rage around you, your inner world will be held in a state of perfect, unexplainable calm. While others are shaken, you will remain steady, anchored in my peace. And can you hear it? It is a sound that hath been absent for too long. It is the sound of genuine laughter returning to your home and to your soul. The nights of weeping are ending, and the morning of joy is dawning. I am filling your mouth with laughter and your heart with gladness. You will find yourself smiling without reason, laughing with a freedom you thought you had lost forever. This is the joyful sound of my complete restoration in your life. I am also restoring your sense of wonder. The stress of your trials has made your world small and gray, blinding you to the simple, daily beauties I have placed all around you. I am opening your eyes again. You will see the vibrant colors in a sunset. You will taste the richness in your food. You will feel the warmth of a kind embrace. You will rediscover my goodness and my beauty in every part of your life. And finally, I am infusing your spirit with my divine contentment, a deep rest for your soul that is found in me alone. The restless striving is over. The anxious clamor is silenced. You will no longer be tossed by the waves of life, for you have found your true and lasting contentment in your Father's unending love. This is my gift to you today. Receive it. My child, for too long you have allowed the world to tell you who you are. You have listened to the whispers of the enemy and the loud accusations of your own past. They have branded you with false labels: unworthy, overlooked, disqualified, broken. Today, by the power of my Spirit, I am tearing every single one of those false labels off of you. They will no longer stick. You are about to find out, in the deepest part of your being, the unshakable, magnificent, and eternal truth of your identity in me. First, you must know that you are more than a conqueror through Christ Jesus. You look at your struggles and see yourself as a survivor, one who has just barely scraped by. That is a lie. The truth is, you are a victor. You have not just endured the battle, you have won a landslide victory. My son's triumph over sin, death, and every power of darkness is your triumph. It has been legally credited to your account. Stop thinking like a survivor and start walking in the authority of the overwhelming victor you truly are. Listen to my heart for you. You are my chosen, beloved, and royal child. Before I laid the foundations of the earth, I chose you. Your existence is not a cosmic accident. It was my divine intention. You are my beloved. My affection for you is not based on your performance. It is based on your position as my child. And because you are the child of the King, you are royalty. You carry a royal bloodline. You are a prince or princess in my kingdom, destined to co-reign with me. This is your true status. You have been plagued by a sense of your own flaws and failures, but you must understand how I see you. In my sight, You are robed in pure and perfect righteousness. When I look at you, I do not see the stains of your past. I see the flawless perfection of my Son, which I have given to you as a free gift. The accuser's arguments are meaningless because you stand before me as blameless, holy, and completely accepted. Settle this in your heart. You are the very righteousness of God in Christ. Do not dare to compare yourself to another soul, for I have handcrafted you with a unique calling and a set of gifts that belong to you alone. There is a specific piece of my glory that only you can display to the world. There is a divine assignment with your name on it that no one else can fulfill. Your uniqueness is not a liability. It is your superpower. Your quirks, your passions, your specific story. I designed it all to perfectly equip you for the singular purpose I have for your life. You must grasp the reality that you are a co-heir with Christ. This means that everything that belongs to Him also belongs to you. His authority over the enemy is your authority. His access to the Father is your access. The full inheritance of the kingdom of heaven is your inheritance. You are not an orphan begging for scraps from the table. You are a fully adopted, legally recognized son or daughter with all the rights and privileges that come with the title. And because of all this, I grant you your freedom today. I set you free from every limitation the world has tried to place on you. I set you free from the shame of your past and the fear of your future. And now, my child, I commission you to do one thing. Stand up, lift your head, and live according to the magnificent truth of who you really are. My child, you have been living in a subtle but pervasive fog of deception. The enemy, the father of lies, has whispered into the quiet corners of your mind for so long that you have begun to accept his narrative as your own thoughts. But today, the sun of my truth is rising in your heart, and its brilliant, piercing light is about to burn away that fog forever. You are about to see with perfect, startling clarity the lies that have held you in bondage, and in the seeing, you will be utterly and completely set free. The first and most foundational lie was that you were forgotten. In the long seasons of silence, in the moments of deep loneliness, he whispered, "He doesn't see you. He has moved on. You are on your own." My beloved, that is an impossible lie. I have told you, I have engraved your name upon the palms of my hands. You are ever before me. You are my constant thought, my cherished focus. To forget you would be to forget myself. Let this truth shatter that lie. You have never been, not for a single moment, forgotten by me. The enemy has also delighted in holding up the reel of your past mistakes. He has played your failures and your sins on a loop in your mind, and with each showing, he has screamed the verdict, disqualified. He worked tirelessly to convince you that your past was a permanent stain, an irrevocable mark that made you unusable for my kingdom. But here is the glorious truth. My grace is infinitely greater than your past. The blood of my Son has not just covered your sin, it has obliterated it. Your past mistakes do not disqualify you. In my hands, I turn them into your qualifications, giving you a depth of compassion and a testimony of grace that makes you a powerful minister of my restorative love. He has pointed to your circumstances, the delay, the opposition, the lack, and presented this as irrefutable evidence that my promises for you were void. If God was really going to do it, he argued, he would have done it by now. This is the cynical lie of the faithless. My promises are not built on the shifting sands of your circumstances or your timeline. They are built upon the unshakable rock of my eternal character. My word does not return to me void. A promise that is tarrying is a promise that is maturing, waiting for the perfect moment to be birthed in all its fullness. He also worked to create the suffocating illusion that your current, difficult season was a permanent destination. He whispered, "This is your life now. Nothing will ever change." it. He did this to assassinate your hope. But I am the God of new beginnings. I am the Lord of the turnaround. Your trial was never a prison cell. It was a hallway. It was a sacred passageway. And you were always just passing through to the glorious new room I have prepared for you. And perhaps the most insidious lie of all was that I was angry or disappointed with you. When you stumbled, he was quick to whisper, "Now he is angry. He is turning his back." Of my precious child, when you fall, my heart is not filled with anger. It is flooded with a father's compassion. I do not turn away. I run towards you, my arms outstretched, ready to lift you up, clean you off, and set you on your feet again. I am not your disappointed critic. I am your most passionate and loving champion. See these lies for the powerless shadows they are, and walk in my light. My child, you have prayed for wisdom, and it is a prayer I love to answer. But the wisdom I am now releasing to you is not the limited, earthbound wisdom of this world. It is a divine wisdom, a supernatural insight that flows from my very throne. You are about to find out that this heavenly wisdom will become your most trusted compass, your greatest protector, and the secret to navigating your future with grace and success. First, I am lifting your perspective. I am giving you the ability to see your life and its situations from my eternal viewpoint. You will begin to look at your trials and see not just the pain, but the purpose I am working through them. You will see your obstacles not as barriers, but as opportunities for me to show my strength. This eternal perspective will anchor your soul, keeping you stable and at peace, even when the temporary storms of life are raging. Next, I am sharpening your discernment, giving you the ability to distinguish between what is merely a good idea and what is my best plan for you. The enemy is subtle. He will often try to distract you from your destiny by presenting you with good opportunities that are not God opportunities. But now, you will have a holy sensitivity in your spirit. You will feel a divine check when something is not aligned with my perfect will, and a profound peace when you are on the right path. This will keep you from wasting your precious time and energy on things that are outside of your highest calling. For the complex decisions that lie ahead, I am giving you a gift of strategic insight. You will see with a clarity that is not your own. You will know when to act and when to wait. You will understand how to build, how to negotiate, and how to navigate difficult relationships with a skill that will astound you. I will be your divine strategist. I will download my blueprints and my battle plans into your spirit, ensuring the success of the endeavors I have called you to. I am also opening your understanding of the spiritual principles that govern my kingdom. You will grasp, at a heart level, the power of faith, the law of sowing and reaping, and the principle of honor. This is not mere head knowledge. It is a deep, intuitive understanding that will empower you to cooperate with me and my ways. As you align your life with these kingdom principles, you will begin to experience a new level of fruitfulness and effortless grace in everything you do. And most practically, my child, I am giving you the grace to respond to life with this divine wisdom, rather than with raw, unbridled emotion. When you are provoked, my wisdom will rise up in you and choose patience. When you face disappointment, my wisdom will choose hope. Your first reaction will no longer be fear or anger, but a calm, centered confidence in me. Finally, with this wisdom, you will have the clarity to build your life upon the only foundation that can never be shaken, the rock of my truth. This divine wisdom is my gift to you today. Receive it, cherish it, and walk in it. My beloved, you have been in a season of patient plodding, of faithful, incremental steps. You have learned endurance in the long and often slow journey. But the tempo of your life is about to change. I want you to prepare your spirit, to gird up your heart, for you are about to find out that I am the God of the suddenly. The season of the slow crawl is over. I am now initiating a divine acceleration in your life. Those promises you have been contending for, the prophetic words that have seemed to tarry for so long you almost gave up hope, get ready. They are now coming to pass with rapid, sudden fulfillment. It will feel like a whirlwind of my goodness. One answered prayer will follow another in quick succession. One open door will lead immediately to the next. It will be a cascade of my faithfulness, a testimony to all who watch that I am a God who fulfills His word. I am supernaturally collapsing time on your behalf. I am restoring to you the years the locusts have eaten. The progress that would have naturally taken a decade, you will see accomplished in a fraction of that time. It will feel as if you are in a divine time warp, where your growth is exponential and your ground taking is swift. Do not be alarmed by the pace. This is my grace at work, making up for lost time and launching you into the fullness of your destiny. Watch now, with eyes of faith, as I swiftly align all the necessary pieces for your next level. The right people will suddenly cross your path. The necessary resources will suddenly appear in your hands. The perfect opportunity will suddenly present itself. It will be a season of divine synergy, where everything clicks into place with an effortless grace. The striving and struggling of your past season are giving way to a new season of flow, where you are carried forward by the powerful current of my spirit. This acceleration is not just external, it is internal. Your spiritual growth and your capacity to understand my ways are being quickened. Truths you have struggled to grasp for years will suddenly become crystal clear. You will receive flashes of insight and revelation from my word that will instantly transform your perspective. Your ability to change, to grow, and to become more like my Son is being put on a divine fast track. And those long-standing obstacles, the mountains of opposition that have seemed unmovable, are about to be suddenly removed. The problem that has plagued you for years will suddenly dissolve. The adversary who has blocked your path will suddenly be silenced. I will make a road in the wilderness and a highway in the desert, and I will do it in a way that is so quick and so miraculous. It will leave you in awe and give me all the glory. Because of this acceleration, the impact of your faith-filled obedience will now be exponential. Every small seed you sow will produce a massive and immediate harvest. Every step of faith you take will unlock a disproportionately large blessing. This is your season of supernatural momentum. So hold on tightly to me, my child. Trust my leading and enjoy this thrilling ride into your promised land. My beloved child, I have not been deaf to your cries nor blind to your suffering. I have seen the pain that has afflicted your body, the weariness that has settled deep in your bones, and the diagnoses that have tried to fill your heart with fear. Sickness has been a relentless enemy, seeking to steal your vitality and diminish your hope. But you are about to find out that I am Jehovah Rapha, the Lord who heals you, and my healing is not a distant hope but a present, flowing reality. My word, which you hold in your hands and hide in your heart, is not merely text on a page. It is alive. It is active. It is imbued with my own creative power. Even as you receive this truth into your spirit, that creative power is being released into your physical body, renewing you from the inside out, cell by living cell. I am speaking life to your organs. I am speaking strength to your muscles and bones. I am speaking wholeness over your entire being, commanding every part of you to come into perfect alignment with my original, flawless design. Today, by the authority of the one who conquered the grave, I am loosing you from the grip of those infirmities that have clung to you for so long. The chronic condition, the persistent pain, the lingering weakness. Its assignment against you is hereby revoked. Its power over you is broken. I I speak release to you now. Receive it by faith. Step out of the identity of a sick person and into the identity of a healed child of God. I am not simply removing the negative. I am infusing you with the positive. I am pouring into you my divine strength and supernatural vitality. The debilitating fatigue that has been your constant companion is being displaced by my inexhaustible energy. You will feel a vigor that is not your own, a strength that flows directly from my throne. I am renewing your youth like the eagles. You will feel vibrant, energetic, and fully alive, ready to fulfill the assignments I have for you. You must understand that the negative reports of man do not have the final say over your life. I do. My word is the ultimate and final authority, and my report concerning you is healed and whole. I am the God who delights in reversing the irreversible. The medical prognosis is just a fact. My word is the truth, and truth always triumphs over facts. Watch as I do what they have told you cannot be done. The next report is going to tell a different story, my story. The price for your healing has already been paid in full. By the cruel stripes that my son Jesus bore upon his back, you were healed. 2,000 years ago, your healing was accomplished. It is not something you have to beg me for. It is a finished work, a glorious inheritance that you must now possess by faith. So, in this moment, place your hand upon your body, and with all the faith in your heart, declare it out loud. By his stripes, I am healed. The same power that raised Christ from the dead is surging through your body right now, making you completely whole. My beloved, you have felt my healing power touch you as you listen. As you receive this word of wholeness for your own body, you now have the opportunity to release that same healing into the world. You have asked me for a way to be part of this mission of restoration. This is it. Your gift through Super Thanks or a membership is not a donation. It is you pouring out a flask of healing oil that will anoint another hurting soul with hope. I am the Lord who heals you, and when you give, you become an extension of my healing hands. In response to your faith, I will release a special measure of health and protection over you and your household. Do not miss this opportunity to partner with your healer. Now, release this healing. Give through Super Thanks membership with a PayPal link in the description, and let my river of life flow through you. My child, I know the place where your heart has ached the most. It is in the brokenness within your own family. The painful distance, the unhealed wounds, the harsh words spoken in anger. These things have grieved your spirit more than any other trial. You have carried the burden of this disunity and prayed ceaselessly for restoration. You are about to find out that I am the God who turns the hearts of the fathers to their children, and the children to their fathers. I am now initiating a season of miraculous family healing. The hearts that have grown cold and hard, encrusted with years of unforgiveness and misunderstanding, I am now performing a divine miracle within them. I am touching them with my loving kindness and melting away the stone. I am replacing their calloused hearts with hearts of flesh, hearts that are once again soft, tender, and capable of both giving and receiving love. Do not be surprised when you see a sudden softening in a family member who hath been resisted for years. That is my hand at work. I am releasing a mighty wave of my spirit of forgiveness into your household. The roots of bitterness, the records of wrongs, the stubborn grudges that have been the source of so much pain are being supernaturally washed away. I am giving you a new and profound grace to forgive from the heart, and I am releasing that same grace upon your loved ones. The walls that have been built brick by brick with past offenses are about to come crumbling down. The power of the past is being broken over your family's future. And for that precious one who has wandered far away, the prodigal you have wept over, do not lose hope. I am orchestrating their miraculous return. Right now, I am arranging circumstances in their life to show them the emptiness of the world they have chosen. I am stirring their memories of home and of love. I am creating a holy desperation within them, a deep longing for the safety and grace they left behind. Keep watch on the horizon, for your prodigal is on their way home, and there will be a great celebration. I am also healing the deep generational wounds and dysfunctional patterns that have been passed down through your family line. The cycles of anger, addiction, divorce, or lack that have been perpetuated for generations are being shattered now by the power of my blessing on your life. You are a transitional figure. You are a bridge between a painful past and a glorious new future. A new, healthy, and godly family legacy is beginning with you. I am also restoring the very foundations of your relationships, communication, and trust. Where there has been silence, there will be conversation. Where there has been suspicion, there will be trust. I am teaching you all how to listen with your hearts, to speak with kindness, and to create an atmosphere of safety where you can be vulnerable and real with one another again. My ultimate desire, my child, is to establish your family as a living testament to my redeeming grace. The world will look at your family and see a story of miraculous restoration. They will see that what was broken has been made beautifully whole by my power. Your family will become a beacon of hope, a powerful story of reconciliation that will give others the courage to believe for their own families. This is the miracle that is now unfolding in your midst. My child, your perspective of your own life has been limited by the horizon of your past experiences. You have thought your current influence was the boundary of your reach, that your familiar surroundings were the extent of your world. But I am the God of expansion, the one who pushes back borders and tears down walls. You are about to find out that I am leading you out of your comfortable, contained territory and into a vast, new land of promise, influence, and divine purpose. The circle of influence I have ordained for you is about to expand beyond anything you have imagined. Your voice, which you thought was quiet, is about to be amplified. Your story, which you thought was insignificant, is about to become a source of hope for many. The unique gifts I have placed within you will begin to impact people you have never met and places you have never been. I am placing your light upon a lampstand, and its glow will reach far and wide, drawing hearts to the warmth of my love. Do not be surprised when strangers begin to tell you how your life has touched them. This is the beginning of your new territory. And with this new, expanded territory comes new responsibility and new leadership roles. You have proven yourself faithful in the small, hidden places, and now I am entrusting you with greater things. I am placing a mantle of leadership upon you. You may not feel qualified, but do not be intimidated. My anointing is your qualification. The same grace that sustained you when you were leading only yourself will now empower you to lead others with my wisdom, my integrity, and my compassionate heart. I am not calling you to be a ruler, but a servant leader, one who lifts others up and champions their destinies. This new territory is both spiritual and physical. I am giving you spiritual ground to possess for my kingdom. In your industry, in your community, in your own family, I am giving you the authority to push back the darkness and establish a stronghold of my light and my truth. But I may also be calling you to possess new physical ground. Be open to a new city, a new home, a new job. Do not cling to the familiar when I am calling you to the fruitful. When I ask you to move, it is because I have already gone before you to prepare a place of greater blessing and greater impact. In this new land, I am opening new creative spaces and platforms for you to release the unique gifts I have deposited in your spirit. The vision I have given you, the project that has been dormant in your heart, the platform for its release is now being built by my hands. I am making a way for your specific expression of my nature to be seen and heard by the world. And in this new territory, you will not be an isolated pioneer. I am orchestrating divine connections, bringing you into new relationships and networks with your spiritual tribe. These are the allies who will understand your vision, support your calling, and run alongside you in this new season. The days of walking alone are over. Now, my child, prepare to step into your new expanded territory. Go in and possess the land I have given you. My beloved, when I formed you, I breathed into you a spark of my own creative nature. I am the great creator, and you, made in my image, are destined to create. Yet for so long, that creative well within you has felt dry, blocked by the rocks of fear, self-doubt, and the relentless demands of life. You have accepted the lie that you are not a creative person. You are about to find out that I am breaking the dam. A mighty river of my divine creativity is about to be unleashed through you, and it will bring life and beauty to everything it touches. Prepare your spirit to become a landing strip for divine ideas. I am about to download blueprints from heaven directly into your mind and heart. You will receive concepts for businesses, melodies for songs, solutions to complex problems, and visions for art that will carry my signature. Keep your heart open and your pen ready, for these ideas will come in moments of quiet prayer, in the middle of the night, and in the midst of your daily routine. They are not your own cleverness. They are inspired gifts from my heart to yours. Even as I speak this to you, I am commanding the removal of every creative block that has paralyzed you. The fear of failure that has kept you from starting is being dissolved by my perfect love. The inner critic that whispers it's not good enough is being silenced by my declaration that you are my masterpiece. The fear of what other people will think is losing its power over you. I am setting you free to create with the joyful, uninhibited freedom of a child, not for applause, but as an act of worship to me. And I am releasing a special anointing upon the work of your hands. What you create will not be merely skillful. It will be infused with my spirit. Your art will carry my healing presence. Your writing will carry my truth that sets people free. Your business will be a model of my integrity and generosity. Whatever you create from this place of anointing will reveal a facet of my glory to a world desperate to see me. It will not just be a product. It will be a ministry. Do not allow your mind to be troubled by the how. Do not get stuck on the question of resources. For every creative vision I impart to you, I will also release the full provision to bring it to life. The finances, the right connections, the open doors, the time. I will orchestrate it all. Your part is not to figure it out, but to trust me and take the first step of faith. My part is to provide for the vision I have authored. And you must know, there is an audience that I have prepared, people whose hearts are ready and waiting for the specific thing that I will create through you. Your creativity is the key that will unlock someone else's prison. So arise, my child. The Creator within you is being awakened. Let us make something beautiful together. My child, you have often felt small and overlooked. You have looked at the leaders, the gatekeepers, and the decision-makers of this world as if they were behind an impenetrable wall, distant and inaccessible. You have believed the lie that your own lack of status or connections has limited your destiny. You are about to find out that my divine favor is the ultimate key, a master key that can unlock any door and open any heart, regardless of your background or your resume. My word declares that the heart of the king is like a river in my hand, and I turn it wherever I desire. In this season, I am turning the hearts of key, influential people in your favor. Individuals who have no natural reason to notice you or help you will suddenly be filled with a divine compulsion to assist you, to open a door for you, to advocate for you. They will think it is their own idea, but it will be my spirit, moving upon their hearts on your behalf. Prepare yourself to receive unearned grace and preference in the most pivotal moments. You will be chosen for opportunities that you did not even apply for. You will be given a platform you did not build. You will be shown a level of kindness and preference that defies logic. This is the nature of my favor. It is not fair by the world's standards. It is the extravagant, unmerited goodness of your Father being poured out upon you, positioning you for your destiny. Because of this favor, doors will open for you for which you feel completely unqualified. Do not, in that moment, shrink back or disqualify yourself. If I open a door for you, I have already anointed you to walk through it. My favor on your life is your ultimate qualification. Trust that I am not setting you up for failure. I am setting you up for a triumph that will bring glory to my name, as it will be clear to all that only I could have made it happen. In this season of favor, I am raising up divine champions for you. These will be key individuals who will catch the vision I have given you and will use their own influence, their own resources, and their own voice to champion your cause. They will become your advocates in rooms you have not yet entered. You will not have to strive and promote yourself. I will raise up others to speak your name in the right circles, at the right time. And where others have faced rejection, you will find acceptance. You are entering a season of the supernatural, yes. The loan application that was denied, the proposal that was rejected, doors that were once closed will now swing open. My grace on your life will turn a no into a yes. What was impossible in your own strength will become possible by my Spirit. So walk in confidence, not in your own abilities, but in my favor that surrounds you like a shield. The season of being overlooked is over. The season of my divine favor has now begun. My child, I know the invisible cage that has held you captive. Its bars are made of fear, the fear of failure, the fear of what others think, the fear of the unknown. This fear has clipped your wings and kept you from soaring into the heights I have destined for you. But today, the door of that cage is being shattered. You are about to find out that I am not just giving you a little encouragement. I am infusing your very spirit with a supernatural, holy courage that will make you unshakable, resilient, and gloriously bold. I am releasing to you a holy boldness to step out of the boat. For too long, you have clung to the safety of what is familiar. But I am calling you onto the waters of the impossible. You will look at the storms of life, at the challenges that intimidate others, and you will see them as a personal invitation from me to walk in a new level of faith. Your focus will shift from the wind and the waves to my face, and in that focus, you will find the courage to do what you were created to do. Listen to me. My perfect love is now casting out all fear from your heart. That tormenting spirit of fear that has whispered anxieties and worst-case scenarios into your mind is being bound and commanded to leave you. I am breaking its power over you. In its place, I am filling you with my Spirit, which is not a spirit of fear but of power, of love, and of a sound, disciplined mind. Fear will no longer be the primary motivator of your decisions. My love will be. With this courage, I am giving you the strength to speak my truth to power. You will no longer shrink back from difficult conversations or from taking a stand for righteousness. Your voice will not be harsh or arrogant, but it will be filled with a calm, loving authority that comes from knowing you are speaking on my behalf. You will speak with a humble boldness that commands respect and shifts atmospheres. This courage will also make you astonishingly resilient. Setbacks will no longer devastate you. A no will no longer define you. You will view failure not as a final verdict, but as a valuable lesson on your path to victory. When you get knocked down, you will get back up again, stronger and wiser than before, because the courage I am placing within you is a fire that cannot be quenched. I am also giving you the confidence to be authentically and unapologetically yourself. The exhausting burden of trying to fit in, of wearing masks, of morphing yourself to please others, is being lifted from you. You will find a profound freedom and a deep joy in simply being the unique and wonderful masterpiece I created you to be. And finally, my child, this courage is setting you free from your concern with the opinions of man. The fear of being judged, misunderstood, or rejected is losing its hold. Your validation will come from me and me alone. You will begin to live your life before an audience of one. This is the ultimate freedom. And now, my child, breathe deep. Feel this holy courage filling your soul. Walk in it. My beloved, you have often measured the significance of your life in small, visible terms. You have seen your acts of obedience as personal matters, drops of water in a vast ocean. Your vision of your own impact has been too small. You are about to find out that your simple, faithful yes to me is a catalyst for a global and generational impact that will stretch far beyond what your eyes will ever see. Every single act of your obedience is like a stone dropped into the center of a great, cosmic lake. You may only see the initial splash, but I see the ripples. And I tell you, those ripples will travel further than you can possibly imagine. They will reach the shores of nations you will never visit. They will wash over the hearts of people you will never meet. The book you are afraid to write, the business you hesitate to start, the ministry you feel unqualified to lead, your yes to that assignment will create waves of my grace that will impact the entire world. You will touch the lives of countless souls you will never know by name on this side of eternity. A piece of art you create will bring hope to someone in a dark hospital room on the other side of the world. A business you build with my principles will inspire and equip an entrepreneur in a developing nation. The kindness you show to a single neighbor will be paid forward in a chain reaction of my love that will circle the globe and return to you as a blessing. Never underestimate the power of a single, surrendered life in my hands. From your faithfulness, my child, entire movements can be birthed. Do not despise the day of small beginnings. The small prayer group in your living room could be the seed of a global prayer movement. The simple act of charity you start in your neighborhood could become the model for a worldwide outreach. I love to take the small, the humble, the seemingly insignificant yes and multiply it into something that shakes the world for my glory. You must understand that you are not a background character in my great, redemptive story. You are a key player, strategically positioned in this specific moment of history for the great end-time harvest. I have given you a unique and vital role to play in gathering my precious children into my kingdom. You are not a spectator. You are a commissioned, frontline ambassador, and your contribution is essential to my ultimate plan. The work of your life is creating a legacy of faith that will echo into eternity. Future generations, your children, your grandchildren, and spiritual sons and daughters you cannot yet see, will look at the story of your life, a story of faith in the face of fear, of obedience in the face of obstacles, and they will be inspired to live for me with a greater passion. You are forging a path that will make it easier for those who come after you to follow me. Ultimately, your life is becoming a powerful testimony of my goodness, my power, and my faithfulness. It is a story I will delight in telling and retelling for all of eternity. You thought you were just living an ordinary life, but in my hands, it has become an epic story that reveals my glory to the world. My child, your history has been marked by seasons of what the world would call injustice and loss. But I am the God of the divine reversal, the master artist who takes the darkest colors of your past and uses them to create the most brilliant highlights in your story. You are about to find out that I am not just healing your wounds, I am redeeming them, transforming every point of pain into a source of unimaginable strength and purpose. Every place of your deepest sorrow is now becoming the source of your greatest strength. The part of your story that brought you the most shame is the very part I will use to bring me the most glory. The brokenness you endured has carved out a depth in you that unbroken people can never possess. Your compassion, your wisdom, your ability to truly understand the pain of others. All of this was forged in the fire of your own sorrow. What the enemy intended to use as a weapon to destroy you, I have now turned into a powerful weapon of healing in your hands. Your greatest tests are now becoming your most powerful testimonies. You thought you were just trying to survive those long nights and difficult years, but all along, I was authoring a masterpiece of my faithfulness through your life. Your story is no longer a tale of tragedy. It is an epic of triumph. It is a living, breathing testament to my power to rescue, to restore, and to redeem. When you share your story, it will not be a sad tale. It will be a lighted pathway, giving others the hope and the courage to believe for their own miracle. In those situations where you were wronged, where you were misunderstood and falsely accused, I am now arising as your divine vindicator. The truth is coming to the light. I am restoring your reputation, your honor, and your good name. I will do this so publicly and so clearly that there will be no doubt that I am the one who fights for you. In the courts of heaven, every negative verdict the enemy has declared over you, verdicts of failure, not enough, too late, had been thunderously and irrevocably overturned by the power of the blood of my Son. And for every ounce of shame you have endured, I am now releasing a double portion of my honor upon your life. Where you have been overlooked, you will now be sought after. Where you have been dismissed, you will now be celebrated. And my child, know this with all your heart. Every single plot, every scheme the enemy devised to harm you, I am now turning back on his own head and leveraging for your ultimate benefit. The very weapon he formed against you will be the tool I use to promote you. This is my divine reversal, and it is manifesting in your life right now. My precious child, after the intensity of the battle comes the joy of the victory banquet. The season of striving and enduring is now giving way to a new season of celebration and receiving. You are about to find out that I, your King, have personally prepared a magnificent celebration in your honor. It is time to rest your weary soul and enter into the joy that has been set before you. My word promises, and I do not lie, that I am preparing a table for you, a lavish feast, in the very presence of your enemies. This is not a hidden celebration. It is a public declaration of your victory and my love for you. I am about to bless you so openly, so extravagantly, that every person who doubted you, dismissed you, or worked against you will have a front row seat to witness my undeniable goodness and favor upon your life. Their presence will not be a source of fear, but a backdrop that magnifies my glory. This feast is my statement to the world. This is my beloved child, in whom I am well pleased. And you will not celebrate alone. I am gathering the saints around you, those who have stood with you, prayed for you, and believed with you. A beautiful sound of communal joy will arise as they rejoice over your breakthrough as if it were their own. The painful isolation of your struggle is over. You are entering a season of shared joy, of deep and life-giving community, where victories are celebrated together. I am also putting a new song in your mouth, a song of deliverance and of praise. The old mournful tunes of sorrow are being replaced by a vibrant new anthem of triumph. Your heart will overflow with a gratitude so profound that you will not be able to contain it. This new song will not only be an expression of your joy, but it will be a powerful weapon in your mouth, a declaration of my goodness that silences the accuser and pushes back the darkness. And know that this entire season is a public honoring of my faithfulness to you. Your life will become a living, breathing billboard for my grace. People will look at your transformation, at your restoration, at your joy, and they will be unable to deny my power. Your story will bring me glory. And I am not just filling your cup of blessing, I am causing it to overflow. The provision, the joy, the peace, it will be more than enough for you. It will be so abundant that it spills over, touching your family, your friends, and your community. You will live in a state of supernatural overflow. Finally, the reward for your unwavering faith will be a tangible, palpable, and constant joy. It is your inheritance, your crown, and your undeniable reward. So come, my faithful one. Your celebration is ready. My child, you have received my healing. You have walked into your breakthrough, and you are now being robed in my honor. But the blessing is not a destination. It is an empowerment. Your season of intense personal receiving is now transitioning into a season of powerful public releasing. You are about to find out your new commission, your divine marching orders for this glorious next chapter. You have been blessed so that you might now become a monumental blessing to others. I am officially commissioning you to go forth as my ambassador of hope and reconciliation. Because you have known the depths of hopelessness, you can now speak of my hope with an authority that rings true. Because you have experienced the miracle of my reconciliation, you can now be a minister of that same reconciliation to a broken and divided world. You will represent my heart and my kingdom in every room you enter. I am placing into your hands the keys of the kingdom, the keys of my liberating truth. I commission you to use these keys to set the captives free. You will encounter people who are imprisoned by the very same lies, fears, and bondages that once held you. Because you know the way out, you can now confidently show them the path to freedom. Speak my truth over them, break their chains in prayer, and love them into wholeness. You are a freedom fighter in my army. I also commission you to steward the new blessings I have given you with profound wisdom and radical generosity. Increased finances, the expanded influence, the divine favor. They are not for you to simply accumulate for your own comfort. They are kingdom resources, tools to be invested for eternal purposes. Manage them with integrity, hold them with an open hand, and release them with joy as my spirit leads. Your continued faithfulness as a steward will unlock even greater levels of blessing. You are now commissioned to teach others the powerful lessons that you learned in the valley. Do not hide the story of your struggles. Do not cover your scars. They are your teaching credentials. They are the proof of my faithfulness. Your testimony is a survival guide for others who are still lost in the wilderness. Share your story with vulnerability and courage. It will be a lifeline of hope for many. And the new territory I have given you, the new leadership roles, the new platforms, I commission you to occupy that ground with a holy and loving authority. Do not shrink back. Step fully into the roles I have prepared for you. Bring my values, my principles, and my culture of honor and love into that new sphere. Displace the darkness and establish a new standard of righteousness. And finally, my beloved, your great commission is simply this: shine. Let your light, the light of my presence within you, shine so brightly that it cannot be ignored. Let your life be so full of my love, my joy, and my peace that people are irresistibly drawn to the source. You are my light in a dark world. Now go and shine brilliantly. My beloved child, as you stand on the precipice of this new and glorious season, with a fresh anointing on your life and a new commission in your heart, I see the subtle flicker of fear in your soul. You are wondering, can I truly do this? What if I fail? What if I let you down? As we close this time together, I want to anchor your spirit in the single most powerful and unchanging truth in the universe. You are about to find out, once and for all, the absolute certainty of my unfailing promise to you. The covenant I have made with you, sealed by the precious blood of my Son, is not a fragile agreement that can be broken by your mistakes. It is an everlasting, unbreakable covenant. My promises to you are not dependent on your perfect performance. They are dependent on my perfect, unchanging faithfulness. I have sworn by my own name to bless you and to be with you, and it is impossible for me to lie. As you step into this new journey, you will not take a single step alone. My hand will be upon you to guide you. When you come to a crossroads and do not know which way to turn, I will speak to your heart and whisper, "This is the way, walk in it." You do not need to see the entire map for your life's journey. You only need to hold tightly to my hand. I will lead you. I promise you, I will provide absolutely everything you need to fulfill the divine assignment I have placed on your life. There will be no lack. The strength you need for the task, the wisdom you need for the decision, the resources you need for the vision, all of it will be lavishly supplied from my glorious riches in heaven at the exact moment you need it. Now hear this promise and let it silence every fear of abandonment. I will never, ever, under any circumstances, leave you or forsake you. In your most triumphant moments on the mountaintop, I will be there, celebrating with you. In your most difficult moments in the valley, I will be there, carrying you. My presence is your permanent, guaranteed companion. You are mine forever. And the good work that I have begun in you, I give you my solemn promise that I will be faithful to complete it. I am the author of your faith, and I will also be its finisher. I am the divine potter, and you are my precious clay. I do not begin a masterpiece only to abandon it halfway through. I will continue to shape you, to mold you, and to perfect you until that glorious day when you see me face to face. So let your heart be at perfect rest. Your future is not uncertain. It is not in the hands of fate or luck. Your future is held securely, lovingly, and powerfully in the palm of my hand. And nothing, not a demon in hell, not a person on earth, not even your own doubts, can ever snatch you away from me. I have spoken. It is finished. Now go, and live as the beloved, victorious, and commissioned child that you are. My child, you now stand secure, anchored in my unfailing promise to finish the great work I have started in you. As you rest in this truth, you can now help another soul find their eternal security in me. Your heart has asked, what is my part to play? This is your moment to build. Every gift given through super thanks or membership is a stone you lay in the foundation of another person's faith, helping them hear my promise that I will never leave them nor forsake them. I am the faithful one, and as you sow into the completion of my work in others, I will establish and complete the work of your own hands with supernatural favor. This is your chance to store up treasure that will last for eternity. Now build with me. Give through super thanks, membership, or the PayPal link in the description, and secure another soul in my promise. My child, you have heard my heart. You have been given a glimpse behind the veil into the truth of your story and the magnificent destiny I have prepared for you. The season of wondering is ending, and the season of walking into your promise is now beginning. You have received my word, and now I invite you to partner with it through an act of faith. A declaration made from a heart full of belief is a powerful weapon. It is your spirit coming into agreement with my spirit. It is you taking the unseen promises we have discussed and giving them a voice in the world you can see. It is you drawing a line in the sand, declaring that you will no longer be defined by your past, but by the glorious future I have decreed for you. This act solidifies my word in your soul and announces to the heavens and the earth that you are ready. Therefore, I invite you now to make your declaration. In the space below, as a testament of your faith and a signal of your readiness, I want you to write these words with boldness and with joy. Let this be your first step into your new season. Declare this from the depths of your being. Father, I receive it all. I am ready to find out. As you write this, feel the shift. Feel the finality of the old and the powerful beginning of the new. Your declaration is not just for you. It is a light of encouragement for every other heart that will read it. I will see your response, and all of heaven will celebrate with you. Your new chapter starts now. Amen. If you believe in me, your Heavenly Father, then like this video and leave a heartfelt amen in the comments. If you want to stay closer to me, then subscribe to this channel.